Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
It's August, and that means summer is winding down and the kids are back to school with lots of fall activities coming up. All great things, but also cause lots of stress. Instead of letting your nerves get the best of you and cause uncomfortable tightness, get ahead of it all with a massage from The Body Shop. The Body Shop in Lincoln is your place for all types of massages. Deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Book your appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See Club for details.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Husker Nation. Now is the time.
Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put them in the eyes.
Does he have enough? It's in
It's in the It's gone. How many tackles can one man break? He to the 20, he to the 10, he's on the way.
It's game day in Lincoln, America. And this is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show.
Check this out.
The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show is powered by Sunbelt Rentals, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread.
Come on.
Get up and get loud, Husker fans. The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show starts now.
That is right. Husker football fans, we are less than 3 hours away from kickoff. If you're expecting old school, I got good news for you. Jay Foreman will be here in about an hour and a half. But in the meantime, that's Nick Sainer. I am Jake Sorensen. This is the inaugural for the season, A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Even though, Nick, it is a road game, we are on the road ourselves. We're not in Minnesota. Nope. We're in Lincoln, Nebraska at the WarHorse Casino, one of your favorite spots in Lincoln.
Jake, there's no better place to be than pregame celebrating what we all hope to be what is soon to be a Nebraska victory against the Golden Gophers. Come on out to WarHorse. They got the sports book. Since it's not a home game, you can bet on the Nebraska-Minnesota game. And I was being told, shout out to Frank, one of the directors of the sports book here at WarHorse. He said over 30,000 bets have been placed on the Nebraska money line. So how about that? A lot of Husker fans are taking Nebraska to not only cover the 7-point spread, but to win on the road at Minnesota in Matt Rule's first game. And I feel like that's also something that's kind of went under the radar and not been talked about. We've been talking about personnel. We've been talking about all the little details of the team. This is Matt Rule's first game. It'd be huge for Matt Rule and for the entire program and state if he could start 1-0.
Oh, I mean, think about, by the way, A1 Automotive, always honest answers. A1 Automotive and 11th and L are sponsor of the pregame show. I mean, you're right, Nick. Let's look at the last couple of years. I mean, we all know the record's been terrible, but think about what could have been in some of these games. I mean, ever since Nebraska started playing conference opponents instead of, Cupcake State, things have gotten rough, especially since the losses have piled up. Think about 2 years ago, Nebraska plays Brett Bielema in his first game at the University of Illinois, and Nebraska loses 30-22 in a game they were down 30-8 in at one point. Then you look at, of course, the COVID year. That wasn't supposed to be Ohio State off the bat, but it was Ohio State off the bat, a blowout loss there. Last year, of course, we all know the fiasco in beautiful Dublin, Ireland, a big lead in the second half. The onside kick, we all know the story there. Nebraska loses.
Flights back.
The only win Northwestern had the entire season was at the hands of Nebraska in Dublin.
Pat Fitzgerald's last win.
And he is no longer the head coach at Northwestern.
Exactly.
So, we all know it's been a tough go. Nebraska has just been behind the 8 ball to begin seasons, and it's so hard. And when you're trying to overcome the mentality of, woe is me, or we can't get over the hump, these close losses or just a loss in general, like you said, to begin the season is tough to stomach.
Well, it is. And I think what's been most frustrating over the last couple of years is it's not even the fact that you have to play conference opponents. You mentioned, yes, in 2020, they had to play Ohio State. But other than that, they haven't had to play anybody from the Big Ten East. They haven't had to play a Penn State. They haven't had to play Michigan right out of the gate. I think we look, and for me specifically, I look at, all right, cool, Nebraska's playing on a Thursday night. I don't mind for week 1 playing on an unconventional college football evening. I don't need to play on Saturdays for week 1 necessarily. Yep. Why? Because for a program like Nebraska that travels really well, you're going to have plenty of fans out there. Their brand still carries a lot of weight. This gives them a gigantic opportunity to just put their name back on the national map. Yep. They're going to be on national television, 2 of the best broadcasters in the game on Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt on the call, Jenny Taft as well.
On main Fox.
Exactly.
Fox 1.
This gives you a huge opportunity against a team that, yes, has had 2 9-win seasons, but hasn't necessarily been the Michigan or the Penn State or the Ohio State, for goodness sakes, of the Big Ten. It's a respectable opponent, and it gives you an opportunity to go, hey, although it's happened in the last 5-7 years with Scott Frost and Mike Riley, that's in the past because Matt Rule is here, and here we are 1-0.
You're right, Nick. I mean, that's what people have to remember. Although you were not playing, an FCS team off the bat, these last few, Illinois and Northwestern, were extremely gettable games. Minnesota is, again, not a bad team. They're not a great team. No one's picking them to win the West. Now, again, they had the year 3 years ago or 4 years ago in 19 where they won 11 games. That was awesome. Yeah. And maybe they have that year this year. Maybe they have that in Cali McManus, the quarterback, and these new receivers out there. Mo Ibrahim is gone to the NFL. You don't have your star running back. Your star center is also gone, and a couple other linemen. So you've got some pieces for the Gophers that they have to replace too. They have a culture. They have a program that's built in with PJ Fleck. But you're right. You are not going in this as a 30-point underdog like Indiana is against Ohio State on Saturday, which is like, well,
exactly.
Let's just try to play some good football.
Well, and I think I also a couple things. One thing you said, I mean, to add to the Minnesota thing, this is a team that is somewhat going to change the way they run the football. They're still going to run the football, but they have a different type of running back. They don't have a Muhammad Ibrahim where it's a bell cow running back, hand him the ball 25 times and let him go to work, even though he's averaging 3 yards per carry. They have a new guy from Western Michigan who's going to be able to have that breakaway speed if he gets through the first level of the defense past the front 7. Now, one thing I will also say about the previous games and the previous first games, what's been so frustrating and infuriating for Husker fans is that they've come out and looked incompetent. There's a way in the Big Ten, and even tonight for Nebraska, Minnesota, that Nebraska, there's no turnovers in this game, very limited penalties. Nebraska and Minnesota both have fewer than 7 or 8 penalties in this game. And Minnesota wins by 3. I think Husker fans are smart enough and understand, although while you want the win, obviously, and Husker fans are starving and craving for a victory and how great it would be to go 1-0 under Matt Rule and especially against a Big Ten West foe, there's a way that in Big Ten football, you tip your hat and say, you know what, you guys just got the better of us today. Yeah. There was one play, but there's stuff that you can go back. In previous years, there's been things that you just kind of put your palms to the sky and go, what in the world are we doing? Adrian Martinez fumbles. Oliver Martin stops running on a route against Illinois in 2021, and he gets picked off by future top 5 pick Devon Witherspoon from who's now with the Seattle Seahawks. Like there's been things that effort plays that you can point to and go, what in the world are you doing? Yep. But if Nebraska's able to avoid that tonight, and you are able to say at the end of the evening, hey, tip your cap to Minnesota. They're just a little. They were 1 or 2 plays better than us. I think Husker fans will be able to stomach that.
Yeah, I think you're right, Nick. I mean, Nebraska fans, again, you're a 7.5 point underdog, 7 to 7.5. So you're not seen. Whereas the last 2 years, the first game, Illinois and Northwestern, you were seen as a pretty heavy favorite. Last year, for sure, a heavy favorite in Ireland. Illinois, a slight favorite.
I'm pretty sure they were a 2-touchdown favorite against Northwestern last year.
Okay, so again, you're going in as an underdog in this game, but I think we speak on behalf of Husker fans. I think you're right, Nick. If you don't see a team that just kicks itself with 4 turnovers or just constantly throwing the ball out of the end zone on a punt return to avoid a safety, which you got anyways in the play.
Just I forgot about
the mind-numbingly dumb plays that, again, was Nebraska a very talented team? No, but they weren't like miles behind even the likes of Ohio State, Michigan. Last year, Nebraska, they were competent. The offense could not score. They had Chubba Purdy as a backup because he had the injury, to Casey Thompson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Excuse
me. So he didn't play.
Yes,
and the defense was competent in that game. We saw the breakout for Ernest Hausman, who's now on the Wolverines. But there wasn't a game last year you said, wow, like we are nowhere near the same stratosphere as this team. Now, they've lost players, of course, to the portal, to graduation, but there are guys back. You like Luke Reimer at linebacker. You like Quentin Newsome in the secondary. You saw Hartzog have a great second part of the year last year in the defense, in the defensive backfield. Offensive line, you got starters back on the O-line. Now, receiving, we all know there's issues there with depth and overall talent. But, I mean, if you are an optimist, there's reason to believe that optimism is worthwhile this season.
Well, and I think,
not wasted energy.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're absolutely right. I think what's just so frustrating is you can go down the list of plays that I think what's most frustrating at times is that the lack of adjustments or the lack of preparation, right? in my opinion, in week one, there's no reason that you should be out here and being able to tell the press after, tell the fan base, yeah, they out schemed us, or yeah, they had stuff that we weren't ready for. In a way, you've had as long as an entire offseason in to prepare for PJ Fleck.
Yep.
PJ Fleck, Minnesota's won the last 5 games against Nebraska. You've had plenty. They don't. It's not like they're going to change just because they have co-offensive coordinators, by the way, which is a really fascinating angle at this whole thing. Minnesota has co-offensive coordinators after their previous one left for Rutgers during the offseason. But what I was going to say is there's no reason. Nebraska's been horrendous out of bye weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They've been horrendous to start the season. And I think Nebraska fans hope that changes with Matt Rule. I hope there's no excuse.
That's not much to ask for, by the way.
100%. Because once again, we're asking for them to be competent. We're not asking them to go out and win this game against Minnesota. We're not asking them to go out and win this game 38-7. That's not what's going to happen. And so I just think Nebraska under Scott Frost was horrendous out of bye weeks. They didn't win a game going into a bye week or coming out of a bye week his entire coaching career at Nebraska. So I just think, and I think the one lone game that they won to start the year was against South Alabama back in 2019, if I remember correctly. So I just think
that's right. That was an ugly game too.
Yeah, it was.
That was ugly.
Cam Taylor-Britt, a big spark had a pick six.
Eric Lee had two pick six. He had 2 picks. Yeah, 1 pick six.
That's
sure.
right, Eric Lee.
Eric Lee.
Jake.
Never do see it again.
Yeah. So
Eric Lee.
Either way, but the point of the matter is that you just hope that there's preparation involved, right? Because I think Husker fans have come out of these first games or out of bye weeks when you had a lot of time or extended time off, I'm saying, to prepare, going, all right, how did you guys prepare for this? Because it looked like you had no idea what the other team was going to do. You had no idea how to stop it, and there was no communication or adjustments made mid-game.
Yep.
So if you're able to do even just one of those things, I suppose that's better than previous.
That's the frustrating thing about the previous regime is that, so many games you could point it to 2 plays, not even like 5, like 2 plays that changed everything on like a mind-numbing turnover. Just a breakdown either on the offensive line or the defensive secondary or something like that. And they were that close. But when you have such little margin for error, the little things creep up on you. And you want to see a team, Nick, they hawk to the ball defensively. Can you be a team that, can cause a fumble and get on top of it? Can you be, I know that you create your own luck, but we haven't seen a lot of lucky teams at Nebraska for quite some time. And, that's something where that's a credit to how hard you work and the discipline you have also that helps create your luck. But would it be nice to be +3 in turnovers tonight or something like that? Exactly. They're always behind the 8 ball every year, every game in that category.
Well, I think there's somewhat renewed optimism because obviously with Matt Rule entering his first game as Nebraska's head coach, I also think there's somewhat cautiously optimistic folk out there that are saying, all right, Nebraska's taken a priority in special teams. They've taken a priority in this aggressive mentality. And frankly, Jake, I've been at practice. I know you, obviously, Sip's been at practice multiple times. One thing that I will never forget, the glaring comment that Miles Farmer made after, Miles Farmer obviously not here anymore.
Former Husker.
Former Husker, now at Syracuse. Miles Farmer made when Mickey Joseph took over head coach. Hey, we're now hitting. That's such a glaring comment that it's like I walked into the first practice and I was like, all right, here they are. They're hitting each other. And we've seen it in videos and we've seen it in all that. And so I think there's a lot of Husker fans that are cautiously optimistic because of what they've seen, but they've been hurt so often that they're just waiting to see what ends up happening. So all I know is I'm thankful that it's a new year. I'm thankful that the offseason is now concluded. And Jake Sorensen, we're thankful that we're at the WarHorse Casino.
We are.
To start it all off.
We are live at the WarHorse Casino, Southwest Lincoln, a favorite place of Nick's in town. I like this place too.
You
it's
make
beautiful.
me sound like one of the biggest degenerate in the entire world.
I didn't say anything like that. What are you talking about?
You told some of the workers that this is my favorite place in the world. You've said it on air now twice.
I'm trying to give them a compliment about the building they have here, what they have going on.
It's great. I do enjoy coming here.
And you know what? It's just as a note about this place, WarHorse. Yeah. So when I was talking to them about setting this place up, they said, "You want to be outside or do you want to be inside?" I said, "Oh, inside. I want those beautiful sounds of those slot machines going on." So
yeah.
And this is a good choice, Nick. We're in the corner.
Here's the deal.
If you're coming out to see us, we're inside the building. We're in like the northeast corner of the building.
Over by where you cash out.
Where you cash out.
Here's the thing. You hear all that noises, all those noises behind us? That's winning. That's winning,
my friend.
Right?
That's winning.
That's winning. No. Those machines don't make those noises unless they're winning.
They do. So we're live at WarHorse Casino, Southwest Lincoln. This is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Again, always honest answers. A1 Automotive at 11th and L. He's Nick Sainer. I am Jake Sorensen. A couple more minutes before we get to break here. The thing that's kind of sucks, Nick. I'm kind of mad about this. We get to watch a full slate of games on Saturday because Nebraska's not playing. But selfishly, I want to watch a lot of Utah and Florida also, which is also at 7 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
You gravitate towards Graham Mertz.
Graham Mertz, yeah. Graham Mertz.
Sip for that one.
He's Sip. That's right. The Florida Gator quarterback.
Yeah. So now Florida Gator quarterback Graham Mertz. No Cam Rising also in that game for Utah. Utah comes in the 14th best team in the country according to the AP Top 25. What's interesting here, Billy Napier at Florida. They started to come on late last year. Obviously lost a couple guys at the portal. A couple of them came to Nebraska and Corey Collier Jr. and Chief Borders. So it will be interesting because I always wonder, like at a place like Florida, how long is the leash there, right? Billy Napier, we've seen it with previous coaches at Florida that the leash isn't a whole lot, very long at Florida. So I'd be interested to see how Florida comes out after grabbing a guy like Graham Mertz.
We'll see. I mean, again, as a Nebraska fan like we are, I think that you're going to be seeing a lot more boring quarterback than Anthony Richardson. Richardson, was he the most accurate guy? No, he was in the 50s in terms of completion percentage, and that's why you had a lot of people that were curious about him going in top 5 in the NFL draft to the Colts. Now, he does provide you the fascinating big play potential. And Graham Mertz, I don't know. We watched him, Nick. I mean, he was never horrible, but he was never anything like, wow, that guy's incredible.
Well, I also wonder, I mean, they bring in a guy like Graham Mertz, or as we're getting told, it's Graham. Graham, yeah, exactly. Graham Mertz. I don't know. You bring it into a real run-heavy, traditional run type of system, and I wonder how much like a spread or a mobile quarterback is able to flourish in that kind of system. I don't know. Because I felt like they tried to make Graham Mertz like a Jack Cohn or a or even like a Joel Stavi, and that's just not how. Alex Hornibrook, Kurt Phillips, but no, I mean like they were never going to get Graham Mertz to be that, and so I'm curious to see how Florida uses him. Here's this on our weekend picks on ours, me and Rico show today. I put a side bet on a weekend pick at Graham Mertz over under 1.5 interceptions against the Utah defense. Where do you fall on that one, Jake?
I'm gonna take the under.
Okay.
But I think he has one though. I do think he has one.
Yeah.
That Utah defense, Bill Bush told us this morning on the show. Again, he's a good friend. Used to work there under Kyle Whittingham. Says it might be the best they've had in his tenure.
Hey, Kyle Whittingham is no joke. I mean, I think there's a lot of Nebraska fans that are Kyle Whittingham fans as well.
Yeah, well, they've wanted him 3 different tenures here.
That's a good point.
There's 3 different times that we're getting Kyle Whittingham. Nope, that's not the case. Yeah. Been awesome. I'm sure things have been. He's a Big Ten coach that's in the wrong conference.
Yeah, that's also a long trip. Florida, Gainesville to Utah. That's a pretty lengthy trip there. I mean, we're talking about here in a year and a half or 2 years now, we're going to have Penn State traveling to UCLA and USC going to Michigan. Like that's going to be the norm. That's a pretty long trip to start off the year.
We are live at WarHorse Casino, Southwest Lincoln. We'll be here till 7 o'clock, all the way leading up to Nebraska, Minnesota, kicking off the season for the Huskers on the road. We are in Lincoln, there in Minneapolis. DP's up there. So is Vershawn Jackson. So is Jake Bachhoven. We'll get you plenty of thoughts from them throughout the night also, and also on check on Twitter, different social media on their reports. But when we come back, we'll have more live on the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Rico Alvarez Clary in the building. We'll get him on next here from WarHorse Casino on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Is this you? You feel the same way every day, and it's not good. You may think there's a magic pill that can fix you. There isn't. Limitless Male has found that the majority of men who admit they feel bad are suffering with low testosterone, which can cause these symptoms: low energy, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, low libido. Sound familiar? Get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. Your first consult is free. Insurance accepted.
Jay Foreman here. Join us on Thursday, August 31st for our pregame show for Nebraska against Minnesota at the WarHorse Casino in Southwest Lincoln. We'll go from 4 p.m. to kickoff at 7 p.m. with the whole ticket crew. Make sure to drop by and see us at the WarHorse Casino.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Get ready for an unforgettable night at Ignite Lincoln 15. On September 14th, Rococo Theater will come alive with captivating stories from diverse voices that inspire change and spark connection. You'll hear from 12 passionate speakers, including our 5 nonprofit finalists, who are making a real impact. Be part of this remarkable event that celebrates the power of storytelling. Secure your spot now by purchasing tickets at ignitelincoln.org and join us in creating a brighter future together. Don't miss your chance to experience Ignite Lincoln 15, a night of inspiration, community, and possibility. When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Howard. This week's specials through September 5th are $2 off 8-ounce grass-finished sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news, they have 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Sunbelt Rentals.
We are back at WarHorse Casino for the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, first one of the season. Nick Sander, Jake Swords. We have Rico Alvarez-Clary with us now. Rico, what's going on, man?
What up? What up?
Good
How you
to
guys
see you.
doing?
Good. Are you recovered from last night's volleyball day in Nebraska?
Barely. I'm
I was there on
barely
the field, you know.
I'm
I was
barely
there.
scraping by. Yeah, I know you were somewhere behind me, or in front of me, or next to me.
Jake,
at
I was
some
trying to
point.
find you.
I don't know where you
How
were.
could you miss me?
Well, because there was 92,003 people.
Wow. I thought we had like spotlights on each other. Come on now, at all times.
How come you couldn't find us? Why didn't you come find us?
I didn't try.
Look, I was
listen,
at one of the
That's
tables,
the
man.
key.
I was right there.
That's the key. You didn't try.
Wow.
I had to be at Barry's until 6 and, wrap things up at 6:20. I had to go park somewhere else down south.
Yeah.
I got in the stadium like at 6:56, basically.
Oh.
So that's why I didn't find you guys.
See, you were one of the three.
One of the three. That's right. I contributed getting over 92,000. This segment sponsored by Sunbelt Rentals. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators, and more, Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. SunbeltRentals.com on North 56th Street in Lincoln. All right, Rico, me and Nick kind of addressed it off the bat, but this is another conference game to begin the season. Illinois 2 years ago, Northwestern last year, of course, Ohio State 3 years ago.
We're going to talk about that one.
That was rough, but that was not supposed to be that day. That was COVID.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
Minnesota. This is the first time though of these last couple now that Nebraska is an underdog, and not like a shock. Like, it would have been shocking to beat Ohio State. No one thought it would happen, and they did. But you're a 7-point underdog versus being a double-digit point underdog, favorite last year against Northwestern, favorite against Illinois by 7 or 8 points. Does that play into the different mindset and belief for the team tonight?
No, I don't think so. For this team, I don't think that being an underdog, being a favorite, really would have changed anything for them. I was following along. Somebody on Twitter posted a picture of a piece of paper they had in their weight room posted on the wall that just says 1-0, 8/31. That's all they're focused on. They don't care if they're favorites. They don't care if they're underdogs. What they're going out there to do, they're going up to Minneapolis to do, is start the season 1-0. They don't care how it gets done. They don't care if it's pretty. They don't care if it's ugly. They're just going up there to start 1-0. So this team being an underdog, I don't think that affects them whatsoever. Now, if you were talking about last year's team before Mickey took over, yeah, maybe it takes a little bit. Don't.
I heard this week.
Yeah, just a little bit. Don't. Before Mickey took over, maybe that maybe that would have affected them a little bit.
At WarHorse.
But this team seems like they're just gonna go out there and they're there to do one thing, that's take care of business and play a football game.
Here's the deal. I know it's all about 1-0, but selfishly, think about the state of Nebraska. Myself, Nick, we're all going out to Boulder next week, and just how great it would be if Nebraska actually won tonight. And you're going in, hey, we're not going in, oh, God, don't lose and be 0-2, knowing that you've got some room potentially to lose if you were to win this game. But also going in saying we should be 2-0.
I mean, even if you win this game, if you win or lose this game, you're still going into that Colorado game like, dear God, do not lose to Colorado.
Right, but more so if you lose this game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because let's walk through the hypothetical conversations. Nebraska wins, and Husker fans are feeling pretty good, not only because they're 1-0, but they have a win over a Big Ten West opponent. They have a conference win over a Big Ten West opponent. And also, this is somewhat as much as Husker fans might not want to admit it or realize it, this is somewhat Iowa. You've lost to this team 5 years in a row. This is about. I mean, this is another streak that you would be able to beat in the span of 2 games, 2 streaks beaten. One is Iowa after 7 years of losing to them straight. You finally beat them on the road. Now, on the first game of a season, to get yourself on the right foot under Matt Rule for year 1, you go and beat a team that you haven't beaten in 5 years. I mean, the emotional high that Nebraska fans would be on, not only after the volleyball day, not only after this offseason with Matt Rule, but now going into Boulder next week, that's a heck of a lot better mood to be in other than, oh no, Nebraska can't drop this game and go 0-2.
Yep, you want to have that momentum and the belief that, hey, 2-0 could be possible. But like I said, before the first home games, this is the first time since the 90s Nebraska's had their first 2 games on the road. Oh, by the way, in the first year of a head coach, that's odd.
Yeah,
but again, the spark it could ignite if they are 2-0 coming back.
Yeah.
For very winnable games against NIU, Northern Illinois, and Louisiana Tech before Michigan. Oh, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. It's all hypothetical, Rico.
Things could get a little dicey, a little too much fun here in Lincoln if they start this season 2-0. But like you said, we're getting the skis out in front of us. We got to settle down a little bit. You got to take care of business against a very talented, pretty experienced Minnesota team with PJ Fleck, who I akin to a mini Matt Rule. They're both very
high
talky.
energy.
At times also, guys, I mean, I think what's so crucial and pivotal about this Minnesota game, it's a conference game. It's not, you're not going on the road to play like Florida is with Utah tonight, right? Where it's at the end of the day, it doesn't help you division wise. If Nebraska truly wants to, and frankly, for Nebraska fans' hopes, the long shot of a division title, if you go 1-0 tonight, that conversation is alive and well still, right? It's, oh my gosh, well, that gives us a lot better of a feeling against the Purdue's of the world, against the Illinois of the world. But if you lose tonight, then you're sitting there going, man, you're already 1 game back. You got some ground to make up.
You're double behind the 8 ball.
You're sitting there, this long shot hope and dream of contending for a division title and winning a division title for the first time since 2012. You're sitting there going, it's somewhat in reach. And there's this, once again, this hope and this emotional high for Husker fans. If they're able to go out and not only get a win in week 1, but also a conference win.
1-0, yeah, 1-0 and 1-0 in both things, division and division, conference, and overall record. That'd be great. It just like we said earlier, Rico, you weren't here for this, but we're sick of being behind the 8 ball. It's one thing to start off 2-0, then lose 3 straight. That sucks. But if you're off behind the 8 ball in your first game again. I mean, we were, I just go back to 2015 when Nebraska lost to BYU in that of Mike Riley. We were all blown away. Oh my God, Nebraska's never 0-1 because they're never 0-1, and now it's been the norm.
Wasn't that a streak of home games? First, not
20,
home games,
30
but
some years,
first game of the season 1.
Exactly, and I think
and now we're like, oh God, we're used to it. That's something I don't like getting used to. I don't like it.
You just sit there and you're like, if they lose, whatever. If they win,
same
whatever.
Old.
What's so frustrating is that you haven't lost games for any other reason than because of things that are in your control, right? It's not this team is light years ahead of us, light years better than Nebraska. Nebraska just doesn't have the talent. It's poor decision making. It's lack of adjustments. It's being undisciplined. It's all things that are within your control that are reasons you've lost these games, other than maybe the Ohio State game in 2020. But for the most part, you're sitting there going, you've lost games because of things that you can control, you just didn't control, and you've let it slip away.
Yep, would be nice. Nebraska again, 7.5. Is it officially 7, Nick?
7.
What are you seeing as it right now? 7 is the spread right now. And
7,
by the way, if you want to bet on this, you can come to WarHorse because you can bet on road games. You
Come on down.
You cannot bet on Nebraska when the game is in Lincoln, but when it's on the road, you're darn right you can come bet on the Huskers at the Gophers and also make your bet for the season.
Yeah.
Bet on it. We got a lot of college football games on this Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Labor Day weekend is full of good games. Come bet on them all.
You can bet on,
but don't bet on the ones that we chose for the happy hour.
Yeah, that was not.
We do not offer financial advice, and also we pick the worst games.
Yes, but also what I was going to say is that you can even do future bet on Nebraska. You can do Big Ten West Division winner. You can do Big Ten Conference winner. You can do do they have an over under of their win total on the season? You can do and take care of all that right here at the WarHorse.
Question for you guys before we get to break is do you think it'll be clear tonight which unit is stronger for Nebraska, the offense or the defense? Do you have a clear thought going in?
Yes, I do. I think there's going to be a lot of growing pains with this offense. I think there's going to be a lot of growing pains. I worry that it's somewhat similar to what Nebraska had last year. They need to find a second wide receiver to step up consistently. And what I mean by that is last year, there were flashes of Marcus Washington. There were flashes of an Oliver Martin, but everybody knew it, that the meme that swept the Big Ten land of bleep it, Trey Palmer's down there somewhere. I want Nebraska to get to this point where there's not a bleep it, there's Billy Kemp down there somewhere. Because that also, I don't know if that's Billy Kemp's game.
Well, that's not a bad thing. It's just being able to have a consistent person that if that person isn't down there somewhere, you can chuck it to him somewhere at some point. You can give it to somebody else and have that other option. Because like you said, there were times where you were like, oh, Marcus Washington's the clear number 2 in this game. IGC for the first couple of games or whatever. But to have that consistent number 2 behind a clear number 1 would be great. You can have your bleep it, he's down there somewhere, but also have your security blankets.
Yeah, I think one thing that Nebraska's just been missing is complementary football. All right, it's like one game they want to run the ball for the first half, and they'll average 4.5 yards per carry or 4 yards per carry in the first half, and then completely abandon it in the second half for some reason. I just like they've not had complementary football, whether that's multiple receivers that the defense needs to truly prepare for, right? I mean, now obviously this is the way on one side of the spectrum, but like Ohio State, when you go against Ohio State, you got to prepare for 3 wide receivers, and then plus a running back that can run the ball, and then plus a quarterback that similar in previous years, similar style to Jeff Sims, where hopefully he can run it, but hopefully he can just pass it. Like, obviously, once again, like I said, that's on the far side. But, like, for Nebraska, in previous years, it's, all right, you got to plan for Samari Toure. You got to plan for Trey Palmer. Okay.
After that,
okay. Yeah, moderately plan for maybe an Anthony Grant, but it's okay because the offensive line's going to wear down eventually, and you're going to be able to get your shots at Anthony Grant. All right, you're going to be able to get your shots at Adrian Martinez.
Don't worry, they'll stop handing the ball off at some point.
At times, it's like, you got to make it difficult for the defenses and you got to force them to make adjustments. I just think Nebraska struggled at that in years past.
They certainly have. We are live again at WarHorse Casino, Southwest Lincoln. This segment sponsored by Sunbelt Rentals, again, from lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators, and more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Sunbeltrentals.com on North 56th Street in Lincoln. When we come back, Terrell Farley, the black shirt, is in the building. We'll get him on here for the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show live on 93.7 The Ticket and the FM.com. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
Get ready for an unforgettable night at Ignite Lincoln 15. On September 14th, Rococo Theater will come alive with captivating stories from diverse voices that inspire change and spark connection. You'll hear from 12 passionate speakers, including our 5 nonprofit finalists, who are making a real impact. Be part of this remarkable event that celebrates the power of storytelling. Secure your spot now by purchasing tickets at ignitelincoln.org and join us in creating a brighter future together. Don't miss your chance to experience Ignite Lincoln 15, a night of inspiration, community, and possibility.
There's a buzz in the air at Kansas as drivers fight to move on to the next round of the playoffs. NASCAR Playoffs weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. And there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador.
Welcome back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. It is I, Rico, with
the black shirt,
Terrell Farley, live from WarHorse Casino here in beautiful Lincoln, Nebraska. I know it's a road game, but we're not in the studio. We're on the road ourselves, not in Minneapolis. Like I said, we're in Lincoln. This segment brought to you by Ben Blacker with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you need someone you trust. Contact Ben and the team at Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador today to start the process at 402-419-6309. Terrell, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay,
You
buddy.
ready? You excited?
Getting there.
Getting there?
Getting there. I'm like a football player. I'm in the locker room right now. I'm kind of nervous. Not nervous, but I'm playing it through my mind.
Okay.
You know, I'm seeing what's doing my last checks and my cues before the game starts, making sure my helmet's tight, making sure I got air in my helmet to tighten up my skull so when I do hit, they'll feel it.
They'll feel it and you won't. So, scrolling through Twitter, Nebraska has arrived. They are on the field up in Minneapolis, warming up. So I wanted to ask you, what you kind of just went through it. What are the checks that you do? You get to an away stadium, you're there, you're warming up. What is the first thing that you do when you get to a new stadium to warm up?
Get taped up first. Get taped up. Get my wrist taped up, my ankles get spatted. Just get a feel for the field. You know, you go out there, you walk around, you see how the footing is, see if you need to change anything on your cleats. You just basically do some cuts and stuff like that. It's football. So, you know, you do this all your life. So you go out there and you take the time and you breathe in, you breathe out, and just get ready for football.
How excited do you think, what do you think is running through these guys' minds? It's the first year of Matt Rule. It's the first year of college football for many of the very talented freshmen who are on this roster that might see some playing time. It's you know, the transfers, their first time strapping up with the Nebraska uniform, getting ready to play an actual game, not a spring game against an opponent. What's going through their minds right now?
Probably to win. You know, that's one of the big main things they practice for all summer. You know, all summer workouts. Some don't go home. Some stay here all summer just to make themselves better, to make this team better. So what you do is you go out there and you want to win. You want to compete to your fullest. You want to look that guy right next to you. You want to look him in the eyes and let him know that, hey, I'm here for you today, buddy. So, you know, it's a lot of things that go on.
Looking to your left, looking to your right, making sure everybody knows that you're there, that you're going to be working hard. All right. We kind of went over this earlier in the captain's show. The defense, the 3-3-5. You were a fantastic linebacker. Probably still could be a great linebacker. I think you got a couple more plays left in you.
Probably 2 or 3.
What are you looking for in the 3-3-5 with this Tony White defense going up against Kaliak Manis, not a run-first quarterback, but a quarterback that can damage you with his legs, a running back who isn't Muhammad Ibrahim, who isn't looking to run through your chest, but has a lot of speed, and an offensive line that, although it may not be that experienced, is going to be very physical. What are you looking to see? What are you looking at this 3-3-5 defense? What do they have to do to be successful?
Well, I think first you need to stop the run. You know, once you stop the run, you'll be able to contain the quarterback. Second is to contain the quarterback. You know, because, you know, a lot of teams last year, like Oklahoma quarterback, you know, they ran for big yards on us. So the main thing you want to do is stop the quarterback, stop the run game, make them beat you passing. If they can't beat you passing, you win the game. So, you know, it's a lot of things we can do to win this game. We just have to do it.
Who are you looking at defensively to have a big one? Big game.
Reimer. Like I said earlier, I'm looking for the freshman,
Cam Lenhart.
Cam Lenhart from IMG Academy. And one of my DBs. Let me see. I'll take the little guy from last year.
Malcolm Hartzog.
Malcolm Hartzog. Kids got heart. They go out there and they play hard. You know, this is the ABCs of football right here. Now everything else, you know, you did the A's, you did the B's. Now the C's. And the C's come if the season starts. That's what you do.
So keeping it on the defensive side, I'm looking at, you know, out of every position group on this defense, the linebacking core, although it seemed deep at the beginning and it seemed like maybe not a strength, but a pretty solid unit, the weirdness surrounding Nick Henrich and him not having a black shirt and us not knowing exactly what's going on with him. Is he going to play today? What's happening with Nick Henrich? That has me worried about the linebacking group, but you mentioned it. Malcolm Hartzog, those defensive backs, I'm feeling really good about that defensive backfield for Nebraska. And if it comes down to Minnesota having to pass the ball, if Galahad Man is going to have to sit back and sling the rock around, I feel really good about Nebraska's chances. But that linebacking core and the not lack of experience, but lack of, what's the word I'm looking for? Numbers for the defensive line unit. That also has me a little bit worried.
Well, the thing about black shirts is you got to earn it. You got to earn a black shirt. You can't get it in the tub or hurt. So, the thing with Henrich, he needs to get himself better. He needs to get himself in football shape. If he's already in football shape, he just needs to go out here and play the best game. I'm a black shirt. I done seen more than 11 black shirts. So if people worried about 11 already got black shirts, that's not the case, because a black shirt you usually get from 15 to 17 black shirts throughout the whole year. So, the thing with Henrich, he needs to get himself better, go out there and play. Defensive line, they don't have the starts, the quality plays. Nobody over this team probably played over 200 snaps, as far as I know. So, it's a young team, but you want to keep them fresh. So, as long as you keep that defensive line fresh, and try to sub them out every other series, I think they should be good. This is the first game. Guys need to stay on sides. No stupid penalties for anything, though.
Nick and Jake talked about this earlier, just a segment before I was in with them. How big is getting this win today? Not only are you starting off your season going against a conference opponent, going up against a divisional opponent in the Big Ten West, which is soon to be gone after this season, but just starting this season off with a win would be amazing. Starting this season off with a win against a conference and divisional opponent just makes it that much sweeter. But how important is it for Nebraska? And I understand that obviously getting a win is very important, but starting off not behind the 8 ball, double behind the 8 ball by having a loss and a conference loss on your schedule, how important is it to get this win against Minnesota today for Nebraska?
I think it's a real confidence booster. You need this victory to boost these guys' confidence. These guys have been down 3 to 4 or 5 years. Nobody been to a bowl game. So starting off 1-0 would be great. And then you could put this game behind you. Then you worry about Colorado, which is probably going to be win number 2 for us. So if you look at this record, the schedule we have, this is an opportunity for us to start the season off at 4-0. If that's a real big confidence booster, that makes you play better against Michigan. Because that's game number 5. But, we need this victory just to get these kids' morale up, just to get confidence rolling, and just to get that swagger for them to walk around the campus and be happy. Nobody wants to lose and go on campus and have people looking at you and turning their eye, giving you the weird face.
Some of these guys have been dealing with that for years.
Yeah, and some of these guys has been dealing with this. So what you do is you go out here and you take this victory. This is what you got to do. You got to go out here and play like you never played before. This is Coach Rule first game as a Husker. This is his era. He needs to go out there and coach his butt off. His assistant coaches need to coach their butt off. If you need to pull out the game just to calm them down, hey, put somebody else in right quick. Get that player calm down. Let him back on the field. If he can't do it, get somebody else in there. This is all about, this is not going to define who's going to start right now. This is going to define who's going to play the first game and get ready for next week.
He's the black shirt. I'm Rico. This is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We are live from WarHorse Casino. Again, the team may be on the road. We are also on the road here in beautiful Lincoln. WarHorse Casino here in Lincoln. This segment of the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show brought to you by Ben Blackwood, Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you need someone you trust. Contact Ben and the team at Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador today to start the process at 402-419-6309. On that note, Austin has walked in the building. He's patiently waiting his turn. Maybe we'll throw him on with the black shirt. Coming up next, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Hammond. This week's specials through September 5th are $2 off 8-ounce grass-finished sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news. They have 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day, because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is celebrating their 9-year anniversary. Stop in now through Sunday, September 3rd to shop their anniversary sales on shoes, apparel, socks, and more. Fleet Feet Lincoln is known for their Fit ID fit process. They take a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Stop by Fleet Feet at 77th and Pioneer, open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, and noon to 4 p.m. on Sunday.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back, as the Malachi Coleman Give-A-Rito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Sponsored by Select Plumbing.
All right. I'm my first time with Austin.
The captain.
Yeah, you've been with the cap. Yeah, we are back. 93.7. I'm the black shirt, and I'm with Austin. This thing is brought to you by Select Plumbing. Now serving Seward, Milford, in addition to Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding areas. For any plumbing issue, call Select Plumbing at 402-542-5319. What's up, my man?
Not much. Long time no see.
Oh, man, it's game day. It's finally here. It's finally here.
Is right. I mean, what's that mean? For me as a fan, the waiting's the worst part.
I'm a fan too now, though.
I was going to say, as a player, was the waiting the worst part? Was the work hard enough that made the summer seem like it went fast? What was the anticipation like?
I think it's the waiting. You know, I'm used to playing in the daytime, so early in the morning, 11 o'clock game. These are 7 o'clock games, so they have to wait all day.
All day.
Do you stay off your feet? Yes, of course. You keep yourself posed. You rest your body. You don't do anything strenuous, and you relax. So that's what it's all about. Then you go to meetings and you eat early. I'm not a big eater before the game. You know,
Really?
That's not my style. I like to stay as light as I can. So now these guys are getting taped up. They're getting spatted up. They've been on the field. They did their run around. They did their form tackling. They went through ones together, ones versus, scout team, and they still running things. Now it's time to turn the lights on and get out there.
Take me through meetings. Is it position group meetings? Is it offense defense meetings? What's a game day meeting?
Well, at first you meet as a individual meeting. So you will go. I'm a linebacker, so I do the linebacker meeting. So you do linebacker meetings, and everybody splits up, and you just go over things. You don't. It's not really about watching film. It's about some of the stuff you probably didn't do good with at practice all week. Coach will ask you some questions, and you get them right. So it's more about just crossing the X's and the O's out.
I've always wondered that, because even with like those early games, like I'm sure you still have to get your meetings in, right?
Yeah.
How long do those take? Is that like a 10-minute thing?
About 10, 15 minutes. It's not real. It's not nothing you really dwell on. So you really just go through the meetings, you get it over with. And then, it's relax time. And coaches give you that opportunity to relax and get your thoughts together. And that just make things better.
Relax, but not zone out, right? Because you got to, I assume, start getting into that game.
Yeah, you got to get in game mode.
Engaged.
Game mode is my game mode is I sniff the wake up sauce.
Smelling salts.
The smelling sauce. When the coaches talk, I sit there, I break it up, I smell it the whole game, and just relax like that.
We got a guest.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Blackshirt.
Yeah. You introduce this guy.
He needs no introduction.
Yeah.
But we will anyways. DeMornay Pearsonell joins the 93.7 of the Ticket crew. Talk to you at Tiburon for the Big Red Brunch, the golf event. Welcome to WarHorse, DeMornay.
How's it going? It's the first time me being in this one.
Yeah, it's new. I mean, it's not new, but it's going to be new.
Okay.
So Mr. DP,
what's good?
DP1, I'm gonna call you the real DP. Games like this, you're a return guy. You're a great return guy. First punt of the year. You want a fair catch or do you want to take it?
Absolutely not. I'm not fair catching. I heard that Rule said that they're not fair catching, they stuff. So that's real good. I feel like for him to have the confidence to come out there and say that about somebody, he must have, or they must have, evaluated or seen somebody and believe somebody can do it or whatnot. So it's good to hear that from a return point perspective and whatnot. When you got the head man back in, whoever it is back there saying, we believe in you to go out there and do you. That's a confidence boost.
Well, I think that could be good or bad because, because sometimes that guy, once he throw his hands up, he better leave it up. So, and sometimes you don't want to catch the right ball, and it comes and they come at the same time. So, it's a double jeopardy for me, but things like, So, Austin, what do we want to see from Coach Rule on the field?
Well, I don't want to see Coach
On the
Rule
sideline.
on the sideline.
I want to see
the white line.
what is it? What you think his demeanor is going to be on the sideline?
I think it's going to be pretty authentic to what we saw in the videos that the team released throughout fall camp. I really think that Matt Rule's authentic. I think that's something he's big on. He's not going to put on a show for the cameras, put on a show for the players. He's going to be, I think, reserved and calm and chill when the moment calls for it. But if he's upset at a player, they're not doing something right, he's going to get on him. He's going to call it out in the moment, but he's not going to go overboard. He's going to talk to them about little things and get in their face about big repeated mistakes. I think he's going to fight for his guys if there's a bad call or a non-call, but I also think he's a smart enough guy. He understands the game of football, and he's not going to yell at the refs just to put on a show or fire his team up. I think we're going to see an authentic Matt Rule, and I think that's exciting.
Crowd-wise, is it a big red sea out there, or is it half and half?
Let's ask this guy. He went to Minnesota.
We travel well, so it don't matter. We play north, south, east, west, Ireland. It doesn't matter. The Big Red's going to show up. So it's a first Big Ten opponent out the gate. So I think a lot of people have been anxious. New coaching and everything like that, and going to want to see stuff. So I think people are going to travel well. I mean, it's not that far. Regardless, I think we have a good pull there. It's a fun environment to play in. And it's not cold right now. So more than anything, I think, the people will show up even more so for this one because, like I said, it's not cold. Typically, we play this game normally later in the season.
Right.
Now it's out the gate getting it. So I think it's different. I think it might be an advantage, honestly.
Would you guys have liked opening with a conference game, or did you like those 3 non-con games to get ready?
I would prefer the 3 non-conference just so you kind of, those especially playing it at Nebraska, you know what I'm saying, and the opponents that we're going to play and everything like that. You got a lot of kids transferring in. Right. You got a lot of kids, that might have not have played as much and everything like that. A quarterback coming from the ACC, nothing against the ACC, you know what I'm saying, but exactly. And out the gate, you're playing at Minnesota, that's versus a Big Ten, conference opponent,
legit defense, top 10.
So we're gonna see. I don't think it's gonna be rough, but it's an adjustment. Hopefully, he calms it, gets in there early. Let the nerves chill and everything like that, and he can kind of get into his game and function and play his type of style, and let Rule get out there and get comfortable with stuff and whatnot. So hopefully everything goes well.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me. We started off with Oklahoma State when we was in the Big 8. My first year here. I actually did score the first game that we played. Oklahoma State, we played a night game, Thursday night game on ESPN. We went out there and beat the brakes off of them
Good. Well done.
and just showed them what Husker football is. I think these guys, they know what it takes right now. I think they practice hard all summer for this. They have a new coaching staff. They should have a new attitude. They should know what it takes to go out there and beat this Minnesota team, because it's not the same Minnesota team they played last year. No. And and they should have some kind of mean gesture since last year, because you was up 10-0 last year and you let them come back, and I think it was 20-10, wasn't it?
13. You got to
13. Oh yeah, 13-10. So you got to be kind of upset about that because you let one get through. Now today, who scores first?
Which team or which player?
Which player for Nebraska scores first? This is the question I got all day. What's the first player we're going to run? Who scores first? I say Jeff Sims scores first on a
run.
Probably
running
a
back.
naked bootleg.
I got the running back.
You got the running back.
I got the running back.
Okay.
I think they want him to carry the ball and everything like that. He's supposed to be the guy and everything like that. I think they're going to lean on that and have him be the workhorse to get things done.
See, I think you guys are onto something. I could see it being both of them. I almost wonder if we don't see a repeat of last year. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda, first touchdown.
Well, the sad thing about it is not Northwestern, so but now it's Minnesota.
It is not.
So I'm thinking more like I would like to see Anthony Grant get in there and do his thing, but he's gonna have to wait. I want to see how Gabe Urban starts off the season. Guy who's been hurt the last couple of years, started as a true freshman, I think. But I want to see how he runs through the trenches and get his tough yards and see how his body be able to hold up.
As a wide receiver, do you like having a good running back to give you more space, or is a good running back just fewer touches for you?
They go hand in hand. The run game opens up for the passing game. The passing game opens up for the run game and everything like that. So, as a receiver, you want them to establish the run. You want them to establish, that and everything like that, because then they're going to have to respect that and everything like that. Now you get more one-on-one matchups and everything like that. And, if you feeling comfortable and you beating your guy and everything like that, halftime, the coaches can see it. The eye in the sky don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get dialed in and then, okay, well, we can, run this play action and run this, or, run this deep over or something along the line. So you want a good run game. You don't want to not necessarily have it. You have to have a good run game. Yeah.
Farley, flip side of that, do you like rushing the passer or stopping the run?
I'm a blitzer. I'm a human scud rocket. I love the blitz. I love just to be in the action. It doesn't matter tackling the blitz, and either one I could do. I'd rather pick it off and run it to the house. But it's you got to be able to do all that playing at Nebraska, and you got to get these guys to know that. That's why we need guys like DP right here to come talk to these guys and tell them, hey, don't be afraid. Hey, no fair catcher. We want to run it back. We want to help y'all celebrate y'all victory just as much as y'all want to celebrate it.
So take me through that as a returner too. No fair catches. What are your keys when you're back there returning a punt? What are you looking at?
As a unit, it starts off as a unit. Your guys trusting that okay, we got somebody that can make something happen in the back, and then you trusting in yourself and your ability to making guys miss and making something happen and being excited and everything like that. The keys are for me, obviously the gunners are a big part. Looking at the kicker, the punter. You know what I'm saying? How does he kick the ball? Is he a directional? Is he straight down it? Does he have a high hang time? And then once assess that and everything like that. Typically, after the gunners come down, they'll typically have a guy that'll be down. Typically, that makes their special teams tackle. You want to find him typically, and you know what I'm saying. Just tell your gunners, tell your jammers just to keep the gunners off you, and then get as north or south as you can, make a miss, and give them a race.
What percent of the time are you tracking the ball? What percent of the time are you looking at the field for those keys?
There's no necessarily amount of time. I would probably peak 2 times. So, okay, I find the kicker. I see where he at. He'll kick it. Okay, I find the ball, look back down, see, okay, who's closer, see what side. Did this side jump out first? Did the left side jump out first? Okay, find the ball, look back one more time. Okay, catch it. And I should have a sense of okay, where my guys going to be at. I know where my blocks are. I know if they're going to keep them, on the outside and give me the middle lane, or they're going to keep their guy on the inside and give me, running. Exactly. So you should know and feel comfortable of what your guys are going to get. Sometimes it might not happen that way. A guy might beat him some type of way, and you got to make it right, making a miss and getting back to your lane. But it's all just about trusting the team and where they're coming from and how you want to go about it in that way.
All right, keys to the game. Keys to victory today, man.
I think running the ball, most definitely. Controlling the clock, minimum turnovers. I think defense is going to play a lot better than what people subject. think and everything like that. And we got to make it a old scrappy fight. It's the Big Ten. It's a Big Ten matchup. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be, a lot of scoring. I think it's going to be a Big Ten brawl, fist fight type of game early on in the Big Ten.
I think that's important too, because that's what this coaching staff has said their identity is, right? They're going to line up under center. They have a couple fullbacks on the roster. It seems like they like their tight end depth, and stick with it, right? Running the ball, you establish it in the first quarter, but Matt Rule's been saying fourth quarter. That's when it's going to pay those dividends. How many times have we seen Nebraska struggle to run the ball in the first half recently, then give up on it? Part of that because they're down, and you kind of have to, throw to get back in the game. But if you can stay close in the first half, commit yourself to that. And if it doesn't work against Minnesota, take it on the road to Boulder. And then you bring it back home against Northern Illinois, Louisiana Tech. So I think that's a key to this game, but also to getting this program back in the right direction, is that commitment to standing for something.
Yeah, I think the keys to the game, especially on defense, we got to wrap up. We need everybody to run to the ball. We need freshmen to, if you need help, ask somebody, just don't go out there and just don't know what to do. I think special teams need to play a big role in this game. Block punt, return, kickoff, they need to play a big part of this game. I think the offensive line need to establish themselves well in this game. I think the running backs need to run tough through the hose. I think Jeff Sims needs to be posed back there, but if he needs to take off, why not? Run it. That's what we need. And that's some of the things that Casey wasn't able to do last year, was just, tuck the ball and run. So I'm excited to see what Jeff Sim does. I'm excited to see what the 3-3-5 does. I'm excited to see what the freshman kicker does in an atmosphere on the road.
Don't forget, Minnesota has that gopher they flash up.
Oh, yeah.
During kicks on the screen.
So, I want to see what the freshman kicker does. Keep his poise, kick the ball straight, and just get off the field. That's why we got another guy who's ready if something happens with that. But at the same time, only thing I want Nebraska to do is go out and play Nebraska football.
And win.
That's it.
Go get one.
That's it.
Predictions of scores?
Man, I don't even know. I think it's close-ish. I picked Minnesota to win. I think I got to stick with that. Give me 23-20 Gophers.
Oh, man. 24-10 Huskers. I said it earlier,
I love it.
And I'm going with it today. 24-10
Like yours better.
Huskers.
I say 17-24 Huskers.
Okay. Again, I'm the hater. That's my reputation. That's what I am. I'm hating.
All right. So, this is brought by Select Plumbing. Now serving Seward and Milford, in addition to Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding areas for any plumbing issues. Call Select Plumbing at 402-542-5329. All right, guys, we're going to come back, and we don't know who we're going to have next on, but we guess it's Rico back and Jake. Oh, no, we're going to put Rico and the second DP together right here.
No, he's DP1, remember?
Yeah,
DP1. Part of the segment.
DP1. Except when the checks come, then he's DP2.
Okay, sure.
So, so we'll have to go. But all right, this is the ticket, 93.7. We'll be right back.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is celebrating their 9-year anniversary. Stop in now through Sunday, September 3rd to shop their anniversary sales on shoes, apparel, socks, and more. Fleet Feet Lincoln is known for their Fit ID fit process. They take a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Stop by Fleet Feet at 77th and Pioneer, open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, and noon to 4 p.m. on Sunday.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to NovotnyNutritionandWellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Get ready for an unforgettable night at Ignite Lincoln 15. On September 14th, Rococo Theater will come alive with captivating stories from diverse voices that inspire change and spark connection. You'll hear from 12 passionate speakers, including our 5 nonprofit finalists, who are making a real impact. Be part of this remarkable event that celebrates the power of storytelling. Secure your spot now by purchasing tickets at ignitelincoln.org and join us in creating a brighter future together. Don't miss your chance to experience Ignite Lincoln 15, a night of inspiration, community, and possibility.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Brand!
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Jimmy John's.
We're back here at WarHorse Casino. This segment sponsored by Jimmy John's. Earn a free Jimmy John's sandwich after your first order when you sign up for the Freaky Fast Rewards. Start now at jimmyjohns.com or on the app. Once again, the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Huskers went on the road, so we decided to go on the road as we are here at the WarHorse Casino. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman has now entered the building. Jay, man,
what up?
We got a lot of stuff to talk about here. Just
Yes,
around
we
25.
we got about an hour.
Yep.
It's about to be on and popping.
Darn right. So as about 25 minutes ago, we have
Let me
received
hear it.
words
Okay.
that because under the new Big Ten conference rule, coaches of each team release injury reports, active and inactive, somewhat like the NFL. Basically, is the NFL in that situation. For Nebraska, Nick Henrich and Jamari Butler are out. Nick Henrich, not as surprising. We had heard some rumblings throughout the week, but now we know for sure Nebraska's going to be without Nick Henrich and Jamari Butler. What does this mean for Nebraska's defense? Not necessarily with talent, but also just you're missing out on a lot of experience here with Nick Henrich not playing.
Well, I think it's not just the playmaking that you're going to miss out on. You're missing out on the guy that communicates and is your coach on the field, right? So what I mean is this: when you're the middle linebacker, you're the extension of the defensive coordinator, and Nick has been the leader of that defense, to be quite frank, over the last couple of years. And so he brings a sense of calmness. You know what you're going to get. He's going to make good plays in between the tackles. And so when he's out, that's your emotional leader, your inspirational leader, but then it's also somebody that brings the calmness to the rocky waters when you're playing on the road. And he has a ton of experience, right? He's played against a lot of these guys that they're going to play against tonight. So he's out there, he's ready to go. With him being out, the big question is, okay, John Bullock's going to start. He's had a great offseason, and he's earned a single-digit number, so forth and so on. That's in practice. But then also, does he have experience of leading a huddle? One thing to lead a huddle in practice. It's another thing to lead a huddle in the game. It's totally two different animals. You have to essentially take already when you play linebacker, you're taking a back seat, right? Because you're, outmanned and out athletic, 9 times out of 10, depending on your matchup. Now, when you're calling plays, you're essentially serving everybody else. It's kind of like the catcher position, right? It's a thankless position. You're lining everybody up. You got to know the checks. You got to anticipate. Then you got to do your job. And then also for Bullock, playing inside linebacker in the Big Ten, knowing P.J. Fleck and the offensive coaches or the co-offensive coordinators know that you're new on the block. They will have some new blocking schemes, some new things, tricks up their sleeve to try to keep you confused, to try to keep you on your heels, all while you're trying to lead a defense. Now, Luke Reimer can do that, but I think when you think about Luke Reimer, the best thing that you want for him is to line him up and let him go play football. So now you're putting more on him. So however that's handled adjustment-wise, right, and who does it well, whether it's a combination of Bullock and Reimer's doing it until Bullock kind of down the plays, is going to be it's going to play a big factor in this defense because they, I think the Minnesota offensive line is, bringing back, 4 new starters, guys that have never played before, but they're older guys. So you figure they've waited their time. So you just expect that they will be a decent offensive line. You got a new quarterback and running back. You got a good tight end. The receiver, Altman Bell, might be iffy. And then you got 2 guys out of the portal. So you're thinking Minnesota might try to confuse you by personnel and scheme-wise or what they can do to keep you on your heels. Now, so when you fast forward, Nebraska has a little bit of a loss, and it might not just be, look, Bullock might have been a starter, right?
Yeah.
Well, who would have been the first guy off the bench in rotation? Nick Heinrich. Okay, now who comes in?
Yeah.
Right? So it's a domino effect, and so whoever handles it best, and steps up and not only makes plays but then makes plays for everybody else is going to play a big role in how well this defense does tonight. And the defense, in my opinion, has to lead the way early for this team. And what I mean by that, Nick, is they have to be consistent, right? Make the plays on third downs, be a good gang tackling team, play with the same energy, and physicalness that Tony White has talked about numerous times. You can't show up in Minneapolis or be there right now, come out there at 7:07, and all of a sudden lose the way that you play on national TV when the offense. Granted, they have Jeff Sims. Granted, you got Gabe Irvin that won the starting spot, but you got an offensive line that needs to get going and get some confidence. Now, I think Ben Scott helps that way, but they haven't played in a game yet. The defense needs to step up and play well tonight, start to finish.
Sticking with defense, once again, it's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. This segment sponsored by Jimmy John's, Nick Standard, the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman with you guys here as we are about an hour and 27 minutes away from kickoff. Nebraska and Minnesota coming up on Fox. Now, staying on defense with Minnesota, the big news for them, we talked about Chris Ottman-Bell is questionable to go. We'll get to him in a moment. But maybe most notably for Minnesota, their second leading tackler from 2022 and their starting linebacker, probably their best linebacker on their team, Cody Lindenberg, who had 71 tackles back in 2022, is officially out for the Gophers. Where does this help Nebraska out most, right? Because you just mentioned it. There might be some growing pains with this offense. There might be some settling in that needs to be done on the offensive side of the ball for the Nebraska offense. Where does this help and benefit the most for the Nebraska Cornhuskers?
Well, I think it allows Marcus Satterfield to operate in the middle of the field. So they're right from the get-go. You think Fedoni, Borkacher, right? Yeah. Two guys that have a lot of potential, lack on experience. Well, the most experienced guy in the middle that's seen any type of scheme that you could think of is gone. And then it allows, again, just like Nick Heimer's gone. Yeah. Now a new guy is going to step up next. Right. Who's up next for the Gophers? Yep. Especially when you have somebody that's been so productive for a highly ranked defense. And also, Nick, they did a decent job stopping the run last year. Yeah. He was a big part of it. Now you bring in somebody that doesn't have the same continuity with their two defensive tackles. Now you're thinking maybe the defensive tackles try to make more plays, or the defensive coordinator, Joe Rossi, calls a different schematic things to kind of free up a new player. But then also it gives Nebraska the advantage. And then you think of Ramir in third down. You think Gabe, Irvin on first, second down, whatever. And then you think about an Anthony Grant. If he can come in and get his confidence back, hang on to the ball one-on-one with the guy, he's going to play tentative. Now, he might have known a week ago that he might be playing, or a strong possibility. But as the game gets closer, the doubt goes in his head because he's never done it before. That doesn't mean that he isn't showing with confidence, but the confidence isn't going to be cemented in his body or brain until he does it out there at home, a gold out in a game that they're supposed to win, favored to win, and everybody's assuming they win. Nebraska can take advantage of that situation, and there's a couple other things to gain the momentum, keep the momentum, and flip that pressure right back over to that sideline. Then you're actually beating Minnesota like Minnesota's beaten Nebraska in years past.
I guess, part of it is how important is it to get Jeff Sims in a rhythm, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to imagine that there's going to be nerves here early on.
Sure.
Even though Jeff Sims has played plenty of college football, there's a lot of expectations. There's a lot more expectation on a Nebraska starting quarterback than maybe on a Georgia Tech quarterback as well.
Oh, yeah. It's a totally different atmosphere. He ain't played in a game like this unless – look, he might have played Georgia in a game like this, but Georgia, you knew the game was over at halftime.
Yep.
You're going to be in a highly competitive game. Every play counts. The pressure is on you. Being the quarterback at the University of Nebraska is a lot different. Can you handle it? And if you start out slow, how do you adjust? What do you do the best, right? And what Marcus Satterfield has to do is be very, very detailed and clear on the first 15 to 20 plays, expectations. If it's not there, throw it away. If you got it, take it. If you can run it, go. Live and fight another day. That's got to give them confidence. But I would look for this offense to see what the Gophers do, see where they're at, come out in maybe a different formation to test their principles, and then also get in a quick, controlled passing game to get them confident. You know how it is. It's just like a pitcher, from baseball. Getting it across the plate, getting some outs, get in your rhythm, get him in and out of the huddle. What I really want to see is get the plays in so he's comfortable. He can go through his pre-snap reads, gets his checks out, get his cadence out. What you don't want is have your quarterback in the first start in his Nebraska career on the road to be rushed, to be stressed, and to rhythm. just on what you guys do. The defense is going to do that enough. So I look for those guys to really help him implement himself and get to Nebraska's offensive scheme, quickly in the game.
Well, that's something that I mentioned to Jake earlier when we started the show. Was one of the most frustrating things about years past has been the reasons Nebraska's lost games is because of things that they can control that they've just let slip away. Right? It's the discipline, the lack thereof discipline, I should say. It's the decision making by the quarterback or whoever's carrying the ball. It's the lack of a lot of things that they can control that has frustrated Nebraska fans the most when it comes to the games that they've lost. Right? It's the decision making by the quarterback. Where hopefully, I think there's a lot of Husker fans that are sitting here going, "All right, if Nebraska can somewhat establish a traditional running game." With whatever combination of Gabe Ervin, Anthony Grant, Ramir Johnson, whoever it may be, then hopefully that opens up a little bit of the traditional play action game for Jeff Sims, where he can get the tight ends involved on short passing routes, on just easy completions, like teams have beaten Nebraska so many times before.
Yeah, you got to start out fast. You got to control the controllables, right? Yeah. Play complementary football. Don't play football that loses you games. You don't need a high risk, high reward. You go out there and you can be physical and all that stuff you want. Yeah. You can actually be explosive, but what you can't be is careless. You can't be unthoughtful, and you can't be selfless or selfish. You have to be selfless. And so sometimes you might have to give yourself up for the betterment of the team because it's not how you win, it's when you win. Nobody cares how it looks as long as you win. Nebraska hasn't made enough winning plays because they've made a lot of losing plays. That means jumping off sides as soon as you come out of the huddle. That means a illegal, hit or something like that, or anything that you can think of. If there's 10 ways to lose games, and the things that you can control, it's Nebraska. High penalties, right? Lack of situational football, lack of just attention to detail, and doing the simple things, right? You go back to Iowa a couple years ago. How do you let one of the best players in the Big Ten come clean off the corner to block the punt? Directional punt. These are the things that not only the coaches have to implore into their players, the players have to implore into themselves and hold each other accountable to do it, even during the game. Look, you need more. You need everybody on that sideline, all 74 guys that made the trip, right? You have to be. If you're not playing, you can't be just sitting there watching the game as a spectator. You got to be emotionally, physically, and spiritually invested in this game. Because you're going to need everybody in some form or fashion to pull this one out tonight.
Once again, Nick Stainer, Jay Foreman with you. We're live here at the WarHorse Casino. Jay, it's really starting to feel like a game.
It's about to be on. I'm telling you, it's on.
Yeah, here we are.
We ain't playing, but hey, these dudes need to get together.
Yeah,
right now, they just about to get ready to go out there for warm up.
Yep.
Go out there and get your stuff going on, and now.
So obviously you've been in those locker rooms ahead of first game of the year. What's the emotion like right now? What's going through your head? What are you, number one, you telling yourself as a leader? What are you telling your teammates? And then what's your coach saying?
The coaches are probably letting the guys in the locker room handle it. They're probably trying to keep a sense of calmness. But hey, look, man, we're trained to do this. Okay, we are about to do what we've been talking about all summer. We've worked hard. We've sacrificed, and we're just going through our routine. And look, the mindset has got, look, Minnesota drew the short end of the stick. It's your number tonight, and it's the same. Look, we have got to be. The mindset needs to be. We are Nebraska. We don't need to talk about it. It's the same routine. You know what you're going to get, and when you get that mindset, it's kind of a different mindset, but it allows you to be extremely focused. That we got to go here and execute. We're playing to get. Look, it ain't going to be easy.
No.
So we ain't showing up. We didn't get on this plane yesterday in Lincoln think we're flying up there and we're laying a 30 burger on it. Or that unless that happens, Minnesota's going to help us do that.
Yeah.
Right? But we know it's going to be. We're preparing for the best game. We're getting their best shot. Right? So we're going to give you our best shot. And when we beat you with your best shot, now we're starting to get that mental advantage back. Right? Now we're starting to put people on notice. Now we're not waiting for them to make one less play. We're going to go make plays.
Make an additional
play. We're making additional play. Let's make the simple plays look spectacular, and let's make the spectacular plays look routine. And let's play physical. That means we have got, look, we're on the road. If you want to take the air out of the stadium, you start bum rushing the quarterback. You start multiple hits to receivers that catch him. The tight end might get away from me. Nick, you got to be there to get him down.
Let's talk about that. We're going to take a break because I want to bring in special teams and the 3-3-5 into this because PJ Fleck talked a little bit about it during his press conference last week as he was kind of prepping the media for Nebraska last Friday. So I want to take a break. Once again, this segment's sponsored by Jimmy John's. Earn a free Jimmy John's sandwich after your first order when you sign up for Freaky Fast Rewards. Start now at jimmyjohns.com or on the app. Once again, we are live here. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Plenty of people have stopped on by. They've worked their way over to not only the slots, but also to the WarHorse Casino sports betting machines, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
And I got told earlier, by the way, that over 30,000 sports wagers have been placed on Nebraska to win tonight. So there's going to be a lot of happy Husker fans.
There's going to be a lot of emotion in this game.
Absolutely.
The Husker fans are up there. They're representing. And look, man, people have been waiting for this for a very long time, since November 25th, I think, when he got introduced.
Was when he got hired, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure the coaching staff has been waiting for it, and now they just got to get down and dirty, man. This is when you think of Matt Rule changing the mindset, these are the type of games that he's supposed to be tailor-made for.
Once again, Minnesota's beaten Nebraska 5 straight times. We'll see if Nebraska
We don't want to hear that.
Let's see if Nebraska can beat that streak later on tonight. We are about an hour and 16 minutes away from getting it on and popping, as Jay Foreman says. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Nick and Jay will be right back to talk special teams and defense right after this on 93.7 The Ticket. Get ready for an unforgettable night at Ignite Lincoln 15. On September 14th, Rococo Theater will come alive with captivating stories from diverse voices that inspire change and spark connection. You'll hear from 12 passionate speakers, including our 5 nonprofit finalists, who are making a real impact. Be part of this remarkable event that celebrates the power of storytelling. Secure your spot now by purchasing tickets at ignitelincoln.org and join us in creating a brighter future together. Don't miss your chance to experience Ignite Lincoln 15, a night of inspiration, community, and possibility.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is celebrating their 9-year anniversary. Stop in now through Sunday, September 3rd to shop their anniversary sales on shoes, apparel, socks, and more. Fleet Feet Lincoln is known for their Fit ID fit process. They take a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Stop by Fleet Feet at 77th and Pioneer, open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, and noon to 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Is this you? You feel the same way every day, and it's not good. You may think there's a magic pill that can fix you. There isn't. Limitless Male has found that the majority of men who admit they feel bad are suffering with low testosterone, which can cause these symptoms: low energy, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, low libido. Sound familiar? Get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. Your first consult is free. Insurance accepted.
The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues.
Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Howard. This week's specials through September 5th are $2 off 8-ounce grass-finished sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news. They have 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits.
We are back here, A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. The Huskers on the road, and so are we. We're at live at WarHorse Casino. Come on down. We still got time to win yourself some money before the game begins. This segment sponsored by Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits. Load up on all your tailgate necessities for beer, spirits, and wine at Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, just north of 27th and Superior. And I can attest, they got a good little members rewards program, Jay Foreman, over at Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits. Yeah. I'm a partner. I'm a member of it.
You're a member?
I'm a member.
Are you a gold member over there?
I'm not. I wouldn't say gold. I would just say just a normal member, just a regular member.
Yeah.
But no, they offer. They send a text every couple of days. Hey, we got this discount going on. We got this deal. So. Highly recommend becoming a part of their member rewards program as well. Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, 27th and Superior. So, Jay, as we round out the 5 o'clock hour and continue this countdown, let's talk special teams here, because a big discussion point of the off season has been true starters are part of special teams, right? And I know that's how it sometimes was when you guys played
Right.
as well. I think Husker fans like the idea and hope that plays a bigger impact and maybe opens up the ability or the option for maybe them to break a big kickoff return and being able to start a drive maybe at the opponent's 40-yard line instead of their own 20.
Well, I mean, there's going to be 3 or 4 times throughout the season, hopefully more, that the special teams pops a big run or has a big tackle inside the 20. I think it's not just the knowledge that regular players are going to play. I think it's really the emphasis on special teams from the head coach and making it a priority, making it that it's a football play. Even though you might say I was a starter on special teams, but just say if I was on this team, yes, I might not be the number one guy, but I'm the backup and I participate in every special teams meeting, every special teams practice. What that does, it creates a culture of special teams is very important. Obviously, where there's big news coming out about the freshman kicker.
Yeah.
Matt Rule said they're not going to fair catch any kickoffs, most likely. I'm sure they know when to and how to. It's a little bit windy up there, talking to DP and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be one of those things that, they're going to, look forward to changing the narrative. I think one of the things that they're going to accomplish this year or try to accomplish is changing the narrative of the whole program. Not here we go again. This is the same old Huskers. Oh, you find a way to lose the game. Or, there you are only fair catching a punt. Nobody's within 15 yards. Oh, you fielded a punt when you weren't coached to do so at the 1 yard line and backed into the end zone. Or did you not throw the ball away at the end of a half? I'm talking about Illinois a few years ago. That's what they're doing, and it starts with special teams. Everybody's played it. We got 2 guys over here that had a big impact on special teams at Nebraska, in particular Terrell Farley, who had numerous, block punts, kicks, fumble, picking them up, scoring touchdowns, and was a factor. You got DeMornay Pearsonell as a returner. When you think about it, when you have a returner back there that's somewhat of a threat, everybody on the punt team or kickoff team, is on edge. They know who's back there. They know they got to be aware, and then it allows you to gain an advantage, get your angles on the blocking schemes, and pop a big run. And especially when you have somebody that's somewhat smart on when to field it, how they field it, can read the coverages, and read the wind. Knowing when to take chances, when not to take chances, why you're taking them, how you're taking them, all within the team concepts. And so I think, I think that's what Coach Foley has tried to do from the very beginning. It's a priority. You have to be a positive on this team. If you want, I always ask guys, you always say you want to play 60 plays, but you can't play 6 plays on special teams with literally 1 or 2 responsibilities.
Well, one thing, correct me if I'm wrong here at all, but I guess part of it, when you're on the road, a great way to take the wind out of the sails of a stadium.
It's the first play of the game.
Take a big kickoff return.
First play of the game.
It doesn't have to be for a touchdown.
No.
Lay a dude out.
Right.
Lay a dude out.
Big kick. Big block.
Get them pinned inside their own territory. That's how, where once again, Nebraska's just been lacking at that in the last couple of years.
Right.
And when you just have first of all, you take away the opportunity to even give yourself a chance by fair catching it on a kick at the 5 yard line. Because of that rule where it automatically advances it if you fair catch at the 10 or whatever it may be. But that's a great way to take away. You mentioned it last segment with the blitz and on the defensive side of the ball, but also in the special teams game, great way to take the wind out of the sails of a stadium where the crowd, yes, it's going to be ruckus. It's a sellout. It's a gold out. Nebraska, according to reports, has somewhat taken over Minneapolis. They've done a good job. That's not a surprise at all, knowing Husker fans. But here we are once again. A great way to take the wind out of the sails of a stadium is by making a big play on special teams and starting your drive at the 40 of Minnesota, at the 45 of Minnesota, and making it, number one, harder on the Minnesota defense, who is missing their starting linebacker, as we talked about, but also easier on all those new pieces on the offensive side of the ball
Give
for
them
Nebraska.
confidence. Right.
Yes.
Just imagine as an offensive unit getting running on and snapping the ball, just say at the 18-yard line versus the 38.
Yep.
Total different. First of all, Marcus Satterfield's playbook just opens up exponentially, but it gives you confidence because you just saw a tangible player make an explosive offensive play. And look, I always say like this, if you're on special teams, everybody's going to be watching at 7:07. You're in that first play of the game. Kickoff, knock somebody's head off. Kickoff return, knock somebody's head off. Kickoff returner, have a big return. You just made a huge impact on this game, first play of the game. That's how you get notoriety. That's how you gain more confidence from your players or your other players and coaches. And that's how you get on the field more in your whatever position that you're playing. And sometimes that's the way it's got to go.
I was just going to say, it gives a guy like Emmett Johnson, who had all the high school accolades that he could ask for, Minnesota or high school player of the year coming out of Minnesota 2 years ago, and spent some time obviously redshirting last year. Gives him a chance to carve out a role
until further notice.
Until maybe he can then carve out a role in the running back room, right?
Yeah.
It gives Ramir Johnson an opportunity to help out in other facets of the game other than just on third down, like we talked about for Matt Rule. So I think that's a huge thing that Nebraska's been lacking. I think Nebraska fans do enjoy the idea of them not automatically, waving their hand above their head and calling for a fair catch, because it's somewhat waving the white flag.
Right.
I think Husker fans view that as.
When you know, and plus, as from a opponent's coaching perspective, it gives you the advantage. These guys haven't returned a punt or kick all year. Just kick it down there, and no matter, you guys don't even have to cover. They're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's changed. I think you got guys back there that want to make a point or make a point for themselves, make a role for themselves, better yet, make an impact on this team. It started with Matt Rule, Foley, the special teams coach, and every other coach is involved in it.
And I don't forget this part. Josh Martin also. Nebraska somewhat has two special teams coaches on the field at all times now because of what happened to the former tight ends coach, Bob Wager, no longer on the staff. Obviously, Josh Martin, who at the time was a special teams analyst under Ed Foley, is now moved into this full-time tight ends coaching role. So not only is he able to help the tight ends full-time, he's also a second eye on special teams in addition to Ed Foley to maybe help out and who knows, provide a spark, be an extra set of eyes for Ed Foley to watch the guys on special teams. Once again, this segment sponsored by Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits. Load up on all your tailgate necessities for beer, spirits, and wine at Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, just north of 27th and Superior. Once again, casino's popping today, Jay.
Yeah, it is. I'm not a big casino guy, but it's definitely packed up here. It's it's nice, man. For me, for a casino, it's packed up in here. The energy's good. People are anticipating. Look like they got a watch party that's about to jump off. The food's about to get, put out here. Great service and great people walking around. So look, man, if you're into this casino thing and betting, come out to the WarHorse Casino.
Yep, WarHorse Casino, southeast part of Lincoln. Once again, this segment sponsored by Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits. Huge shout out to the A1 Automotive crew sponsoring the Ticket Tailgate pregame show as well. We are 1 hour away from kicking off the Matt Rule era against the Minnesota Golden Gophers up in Minneapolis. By the way, stay tuned with DP, Vershawn. They'll have all your coverage up there in Minneapolis. But, Jay, that'll do it for you and I, at least together on the pregame show. After the game, you and I for the postgame.
Yeah, it's our first one, and we're excited, man. Like I said, we're going to knock a mud hole up into the Husker Network, let them know we're up in here.
Here we go.
And, I'm looking forward to a good game and good after game, good post-game show. So it's the first of many, and hopefully it follows a victory.
Once again, Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman here, Rico's here, Jake, Terrell, Austin, DPE, they're all here and hanging out here at the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. We'll go ahead and exit stage right and bring somebody else in to take you through as we begin the 6 o'clock hour. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, 93.7 The Ticket.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Get ready for an unforgettable night at Ignite Lincoln 15. On September 14th, Rococo Theater will come alive with captivating stories from diverse voices that inspire change and spark connection. You'll hear from 12 passionate speakers, including our 5 nonprofit finalists, who are making a real impact. Be part of this remarkable event that celebrates the power of storytelling. Secure your spot now by purchasing tickets at ignitelincoln.org and join us in creating a brighter future together. Don't miss your chance to experience Ignite Lincoln 15, a night of inspiration, community, and possibility.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you. Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com. Visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is celebrating their 9-year anniversary. Stop in now through Sunday, September 3rd to shop their anniversary sales on shoes, apparel, socks, and more. Fleet Feet Lincoln is known for their Fit ID fit process. They take a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Stop by Fleet Feet at 77th and Pioneer, open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, and noon to 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Sponsored by Fleet Feet.
Yeah, Yes, we are back at WarHorse Casino, Southwest Lincoln, for the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Jake Sorensen, Austin Orman, Enrique Alvarez-Clary back in the mic with you. We are just about an hour away from kickoff in Minneapolis. And right now, we're at WarHorse. We look to our right. We see there is actual football on UCF and Kent State in Orlando.
The Golden Flashes and the Knights.
How about the Golden Knights and the Golden Flashes, right?
No, they don't call themselves the Golden Knights anymore, just the Knights.
When did that change?
I don't know, but they changed it, and they get very mad if you call them the Golden Knights.
John Reese Plumlee, baby.
John Reese Plumlee. That's good.
Okay,
that's the quarterback.
So this score bug, are you a fan? Because I am a big fan of this right now.
So this will be like on Fox. This is the same for Fox. This is FS1.
Yeah, so what they have is the names on there. They have the logos and the mascot name underneath. Knights,
I like it.
Golden Flashes. I like it. Oh, look at that. The flag pop. They need to keep this one. This is the one they need to go with.
Good.
It all pops. I liked the last one though. It was nice and clean. It was simple, no frills. But the logos are a nice touch.
I do like it. I do like it a lot.
Yeah, we'll see that in about an hour ourselves from Nebraska, Minnesota. I'm sure we've heard the updates on the shows we've gone on, but just to remind you, if you're just tuning in, Nick Henrich indeed out for Nebraska. Jamari Butler also out for the Huskers. So that's it, though. Teddy Prohaska not on the injury report. You see Marcus Washington supposed to play. So do I expect Teddy to start? I do not. We'll see exactly what happens.
Teddy's not going to end this game.
He is third in the depth chart. That's all injury based. It's not on performance. It's injury based. So it would be something extreme to see Prohaska, I think, to play tonight. But some reports from Minneapolis. I'm looking at our own colleague, my colleague in early break, Steve Sipple, says it's a little windy up there. I saw today. They weren't expecting wind conditions. Now I'm seeing there's some wind up there, and Tristan Alvano apparently looks, quote, good in warm-ups. They're starting the true freshman kicker for Nebraska from Omaha West Side.
Big fan. The dude performs in big time situations in bad weather. So hopefully he can show us exactly what he did in the
John Reese Plumlee hurdle.
Hopefully,
He's following Rico's form there.
Look, what can I say?
I'm going to give advantage to John Reese Plumlee to you, Rico.
Did you ever do tracking pads?
No, but I can
advantage John Reese.
But I did hurdle somebody in high school, and his glove fell off, and I kept it. I don't know where it's at, though. I think it's at my grandma's
By
house.
the way, forgot to mention this segment sponsored by Fleet Feet. Fleet Feet is celebrating their 9-year anniversary. Stop in through this Sunday for sales on shoes, apparel, socks, and more at 77th and Pioneers in Lincoln. Again, Fleet Feet are sponsor of this segment on the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Okay, let's stick with Alvano, guys.
Okay.
It's been a storyline throughout fall camp about who's going to win this kicker battle. We find out on Tuesday from Matt Rule that it is indeed Tristan Alvano. Now, I'm curious. Let's go through a hypothetical here.
All right.
Let's say Nebraska, tight game, even like second half or second quarter. So it's the game's not in the balance still. You got a 4th and 3 at the Minnesota 30. What are you doing?
So what's that, a 40-some?
47-yard field goal. Let's say he's with the win.
I kick it.
Austin, this is his first kick of the game.
Yeah,
Maybe
first kick of the game.
Maybe he's made an extra point.
Okay.
This is his first field goal.
4th and 3 from the 30. You're going for it, I think.
Okay.
What? How about? Okay.
Yeah,
so
I think you're going for it.
You want the situation of the game?
Nebraska's
down by 10.
You're going for it.
Okay, but 4th and 3, that's an easy go for it. 4th and 6, make it a little middle.
No, 4th and 6
3
is
not that easy to go for.
But I feel like if you're in this situation, you're only down by 10, you're having some type of success, either passing or running.
Second quarter.
Look, I mean, you look kind of pretty. I don't know, man. I'm look. 4th and 3, second quarter, game's not in the balance. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you probably go for it. If you're third quarter, you're down by 10, and things are. He's made a few. Well, obviously, if you haven't scored anything, but if you're down by 10 points, and he's made a couple extra points. Yeah, I'm gonna kick it.
Let's get to a more feasible situation. Nebraska. Right. Okay, Nebraska trails by 3.
I don't like your situations.
4th quarter. A minute. No, 58 seconds to go. 4th and 3. Same thing. 30-yard line. Nebraska trails by 3.
How much time's left?
So he has made some extra points. Maybe made a field goal. Possibly. Oh, there's 58 seconds left.
Okay.
Let's say you're with the win. Actually, let's do both. Against a light breeze, with a light breeze.
We're playing hypotheticals.
I'm kicking
listen, we're at a gambling place. Let's gamble here.
I'm
Come on.
kicking it. I'm kicking it. I'm putting.
Rico's
I know he's a freshman, but he's performed in high leverage situations before. I understand it was high school, but he's performed in these situations before. He's proven to you, which is why he's your starter, that he's able to make kicks just like that. 58 seconds, down by 3. I'm gonna have enough confidence in my offense and my defense and him to tie the game up, hold them, and go to overtime.
17-17. I kick it. 27-27. I go for it.
I'm really curious that, so I'm seeing in the warmups that he is trying 50-plus yard field goals.
You never know.
Do you think Rule at any point would trot him out even in the first quarter? Nebraska's got a 52-yard kick. Is he going to trot him out for it?
Look,
on a 4th and 6?
He named him the starter. He's got faith in him.
You would think. See, this could also be seen, though, as a field position game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you expect Nebraska to pour on points. And Minnesota's got to they got to replace Ibrahim, the running back. They think they got a better passing attack than years past. They've got a great tight end in Brevin Spanford. That's awesome. New receivers, the one from Charlotte, they expect to be pretty good. Of course, Callie Ekman is seen as a pretty good quarterback. So, but I still think that this could be a field position game where if you are in a low-scoring game, there's no way you can try to attempt that long of a kick versus try to pin him at the 5 with Brian Boom Sheeny.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's the first quarter, right? I mean, what has Matt Rule been saying?
My
right?
hypotheticals suck right now.
They kind of do. I'm sorry.
I'm just giving you a couple. Yeah.
But again, let's play that out. So Nebraska's at the 35-yard line. It's a 52-yard field goal. Matt Rule said something that I think Nebraska has done a bad job with, and that's Minnesota scores. Okay, we'll laugh. It's the first quarter, right? If you miss a field goal in the first quarter, you got the first one out of the way. It was going to happen at some point. Use your kicker. You named him your kicker. Go for it. Trust him. Let him kick it if you think he can make it. If you think it's outside his range right now, okay, then you punt it. But if you're confident in his leg, there's really no downside. Either you get 3 points, or hopefully this team is mentally sound enough to shake it off. Other Nebraska teams might not be, but maybe this Nebraska team is going to be different.
I mean, that's kind of the difference between, not to say that Bleak Road doesn't have a strong leg, but that's kind of based on what we've been hearing. The difference between Bleak Road and Alvano is Alvano has a much stronger leg than Bleak Road does. Yeah, Bleak Road might be a little bit more accurate, plus he's had more experience in college kicking the ball. But when it comes to kicking, I don't think high school to college really makes that big of a difference outside of who's rushing you to try and block that kick. So if you've got a guy who you've named the starter as a true freshman going into week 1, and you've got a chance for him to give you a lead, tie the game in whatever situation, and it's within his range, obviously you named him the starter for a reason. I'm putting it in that situation, and you don't know if he can handle the pressure until he actually goes out there and is able to handle that pressure.
We'll see. Again, Tristan Alvano, one of the main storylines tonight. Again, you want to see how Jeff Sims looks, obviously, as the starting quarterback for Nebraska. We've been, I think that a pretty common thing you've been hearing so far over the last week or so is that think about the conversation we had in the spring and even throughout the summer. Can we finally have a quarterback you don't have to rely on to save you and scramble? Well, guess what? They're going to have to rely on him. I think that Jeff Sims is going to be running 10, 12 times a game, not called plays, scrambles.
I was going to ask
because I just call me a hater. I'm not sold on the receiving core. Garcia, the O-line, the receiving core. Like, just imagine, wouldn't it be great if we saw the rise of Thomas Fedoni, where he actually becomes the player you thought he could be when he came out of high school before the 2 knee injuries, the 2 leg injuries? If he could find his way and have a big night, that'd be wonderful. But I'm concerned, and I think that all the talk of the past few years, Adrian Martinez runs too much. He had to. I think you're going to see a very similar thing with Jeff Sims tonight and the season, sadly.
I was talking to Terrell about this, and if you somehow, as Nebraska, can find a way to give Jeff Sims time, I have not all the faith in the world, but I have a decent amount of faith in at least the top 3 receivers if you're counting Marcus Washington as healthy. If you give me Billy Kemp, IGC, and Marcus Washington, I like those 3. I like Nate Borkacher or Thomas Fedoni, whichever one you have. I have enough faith in both of them. Well, I have enough faith in Nate Borkacher. Thomas Fedoni, he just needs to stay healthy, and then we'll see from there. His athleticism has shown everything. But I have enough faith in those guys catching the ball that if Sims has enough time, that I think he can spread the ball out to them. Now, if he doesn't have enough time, this was the question that I asked Terrell. If he doesn't have enough time and he has to get out of the pocket, do you want him to run first or keep his eyes down the field, and once he exhausts all of his options, then take off and use his legs?
I think there's a very fine line there. And I think to tie what you guys are saying together, Jake, you and I were talking off air too about our teams, Dolphins and the Colts.
Stupid
so you got me
chippers.
thinking about Anthony Richardson, who I think is a decent comp for Jeff Sims, more polished as a passer, I think. But that's what Jeff Sims needs to work on, right? Athletic specimen, can run like the wind, strong guy, but needs to refine his passing mechanics. Same thing we said about Adrian Martinez. Same thing we said about Tommy Armstrong to some degree. Same thing we said about Taylor Martinez. It's good to have a quarterback that can run. It's a nice second element to have. But Taylor, especially, early on in his career, Adrian Martinez for basically all 4 years, and even Jeff Sims to some degree with the talent or lack thereof around him at Georgia Tech, it's hard to focus on fundamentals when you have to be so focused on doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
If these guys are allowed to have time in the pocket to sit and go through their progressions in a game at game speed, that's the only way they're going to get better at it, right? I get it. Nebraska might have to rely on them for big plays, but that's a problem because I think the best thing for his development would be having that time to grow. But even if Nebraska does have to rely on him for big plays, same kind of thing I've been saying about Anthony Richardson. It's one thing if you need it. It's another thing if they feel like it and they have to force it, right? I'm sure Jeff Sims will be accountable for at least a handful of Nebraska's biggest plays of the season. But if he puts that pressure on himself to try to do too much, that's going to stunt his development and others' development around him. Whereas this is where I think Marcus Satterfield and the rest of the offensive staff need to be careful to not explicitly ask too much of him and put too much pressure on him and let him rise to the moment organically when it comes.
There's a difference between being the man and being the man.
Big time.
So, you've got guys who are the man and they're the star player. They go out there and they're able to do all of these things because all of the people around them help them to raise their game and they're able to show off and be the supreme athlete that they were obviously recruited to be. And then being the offense or being the defense, being the guy that if you're not on, nobody's on. So if Sims is able to be the man and not have to carry the entire offense, I like Nebraska's chances. But that comes down to, as you guys mentioned earlier, the offensive line. It comes down to how well are they going to block? How much time is he going to have? Are the tackles, the bookends, who are the same two that we've seen for the past 2 years? And statistically, the two worst tackles in college football last season.
So
if they can step their game up and are able to
get John Reese,
he's looking good, man. If they're able you're good. If they're able to step their game up and be the tackles that they were recruited as, the very highly ranked tackles that they were recruited as, then Nebraska has a much better chance to pull an upset up in Minneapolis. Because as of right now, me and Nick talked about it. The interior of the offensive line, I like it a lot.
Pretty solid.
Let me ask you guys, we have there's several newcomers to the roster, the starting lineup tonight, but let me ask you, of two of the same last name, which one are you more optimistic about? Alex Bullock as a wide receiver or John Bullock as a linebacker? Which one are
optimistic? How so? Ceiling or production?
Tonight. A first performance tonight, that they actually step up and actually contribute to the team and they're not a problem for the team.
I would say John has the better chance. I think playing linebacker with what I think Minnesota is going to do and how I think Nebraska's defensive line is going to be, I think John Bullock, his experience on special teams is going to give him a chance. Alex Bullock, I don't want to say, doesn't have a chance or will do nothing, but to me, he's just a filler for now. He's got to prove he can step up.
Agree.
So I'm happy for the guy. He's getting his shot.
He runs great routes, Austin.
He does. Best
He's
route
an
runner on the
incredible
team.
route runner.
Great hands. Great hands,
But
which is what you need.
Right. I still think it's older brother John.
I agree with you. I think John Bullock, especially with the fact that Nick Henrich isn't going to be playing in this one, I think John Bullock is going to be asked to step into that linebacker role and contribute heavily. Now, the wide receiver room, although not very experienced, has a whole bunch of talent in it. I don't know who all made the trip, but I as you said, not to be rude or cast doubt on Alex Bullock, but I think as for now, he's just that guy that's going to need to step up while Marcus Washington's rehabbing that hand of his. But John Bullock, I think that's going to be a guy that steps up and hopefully shows out for Nebraska's defense, but that's pretty thin at linebacker right now.
If you are PJ Fleck, you have been telling your linemen, your running backs, everybody's saying, hey, we know Reimer's really good. We've seen him. This Bullock guy, let's give him a rude awakening to college football, especially Big Ten football.
Oh, I'm running at him.
I'm running right at him, saying, "Prove it, man. Prove it. Prove you can get into a gap. You can break a gap. You can make it. You can make a tackle when you have to."
And vice versa, you let Alex Bullock beat you, right? I think if you're Minnesota, you sell out against the run because that's all the talk we've heard out of Nebraska. Jeff Sims is, the back of his football card right now, 57.5% completion and an interception rate that manageable, but on the high end of manageable, I think, for a good offense. So I think you don't let John Bullock beat you, have a career night. You absolutely let Alex Bullock beat you.
You do. You guys were talking about guys who made the trip well. I mean, it's, again, a travel roster is smaller than the home roster. But per friend of the station, Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald, Nebraska's taking 4 quarterbacks tonight.
Whoa.
Not just the 3.
That's Chubba Heinrich.
Jeff Sims, Heinrich Harburg, Chubba Purdy, and Luke
Longvall.
Yes. They're taking 4.
Look at Luke.
Taking 4 tonight. They took 4 to Minneapolis.
Look at
John
Plumlee. Look, he broke a tackle in the backfield.
UCF, the Knights now up 13-0, going on 14-0.
Honorary Duke Blue Devil, John Reese Plumlee.
I still think it's incredible, by the way. Kent State, their head coach last year for a high-flying offense goes to be a coordinator at Colorado.
That's weird. That's really weird.
The MAC coach you think could get a head coaching job somewhere. They don't usually go to be an assistant somewhere, right? You never see that from that.
If you weren't getting a head coaching job this offseason, you coach another year for Kent State with your high-flying offense, you get a head coaching job next year.
Think about guys who made the jump. Okay, from the MAC, you had Matt Campbell go from Toledo to Iowa State. Brady Hoke went from Ball State
PJ Fleck
to Michigan, right? Or where did he go? Did he go Michigan from Ball State? He went somewhere before. San Diego State.
He went to Ball State.
So he went
to Michigan.
He went to Ball State, San Diego State, Michigan, then back to San Diego State again. But you can make the jump to a Power 5
went
job.
from Western Michigan to Minnesota.
Thank you. Another great
Lewis
example.
was a sneaky pick for me to go to Purdue. I don't know how similar what he does is to Jeff Brom schematically, but Sean Lewis, former quarterback, has coached all around, really good offensive mind, like you were saying. I was looking out for him as a potential step up to Purdue type of guy.
I like who Purdue got though.
I do too.
I like
Walters
him a lot.
will be solid.
I like him a lot.
Eventually.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about this year, but Purdue's going to be fun.
Also, this is not a surprise, but per Luke Mullen of the Journal Star, Malachi Coleman and Jalen Lloyd both are in Minneapolis for Nebraska. So I've been hearing a lot of conversation before I get to break. That maybe the guys they have right now, the starters, aren't breakaway guys. Billy Kemp is small. He's also, he's fast, but he's not like Tyreek Hill fast, which you can get away with being
or
small.
Jalen Waddle fast.
Sorry, Colts, not getting them.
We don't have to do that.
But in terms of like trying to get the defense from not packing in, you got to get a deep threat out there, and maybe you send out Coleman or Lloyd out there to be a burner. Maybe catch a deep route, or just at least make them respect the deep game. You kind of
safety off a yard.
You
too.
have to. That has to happen.
Like, you don't want them to just be out there and be that deep threat, but at the same time, look, if I can put you out there and they're not respecting the deep ball, and I can just have you run past this corner and get behind the safety, we're gonna chuck it to you and catch it. See what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yep. We are live here at WarHorse Casino in Southwest Lincoln. We're about just under 40 minutes away from kickoff, Nebraska, Minnesota, to start the season off for both teams, Huskers and Gophers, in Minneapolis. This segment was brought to you by Fleet Feet. Again, Fleet celebrating 9 years of operation. Stop in through this Sunday for sales on shoes, apparel, socks, and more at 77th and Pioneers. Fleet Feet, a proud sponsor of our tailgate show. When we come back, we'll have more from the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show live from WarHorse in Lincoln on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy good. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM-certified used inventory is filling up fast, so make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Brand!
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is celebrating their 9-year anniversary. Stop in now through Sunday, September 3rd to shop their anniversary sales on shoes, apparel, socks, and more. Fleet Feet Lincoln is known for their Fit ID fit process. They take a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Stop by Fleet Feet at 77th and Pioneer, open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, and noon to 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Hathaway. This week's specials through September 5th are $2 off 8-ounce grass-finished sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news. They have 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Yours Cheese Spread.
We are back here at A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show.
It's good time.
That's right, Terry. Ain't nothing changed.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman, Terrell Farley with you guys one final time here from WarHorse Casino before we send it back to the studio, and Carter and Adam Carricker will take you guys home. This segment sponsored by Fuhr's Cheese Spread. No tailgate is complete without Fuhr's Cheese Spread. Based out of Sutton, Nebraska.
Don't take
Find yours today at the most local grocery stores. Gentlemen, we are 31 minutes away from kickoff, according to the BTN graphic that's up on that projector screen. We are 31 minutes away from kickoff. This is pretty exciting. I'm juicing. I'm juiced up now. I'm ready to go.
What are you most excited for?
I'm excited to see Nebraska's. I hope, right? We've been hearing about all the tenacity.
We ain't trying to hear all that. We want real answers.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna ask you a straightforward question. Are you more confident in the little that you know about Matt Rule versus a lot that you knew about Scott Frost? Let's get down to it, man.
A lot that knew about Scott Frost.
And
that it's not happening anymore.
So you're more confident in little that you know Matt Rule?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, that's the same answer. That's the same question. You're at.
I asked you the question. You answer the question. I don't need you to ask me it back. Now we're going to be done with you. I'm moving back to Terrell.
Why am I even here?
Because we're trying to get you trained. Okay, Farley.
I'm out of here.
What do you? No. What are you most excited to see, or what are you most looking forward to? What are you gonna focus on when you're watching the game tonight?
Same thing you are, linebackers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see their steps. I'm gonna see their movement. I'm gonna see how they tackle. I'm gonna see how they split the guards and tackles, try to get through the gaps. They blitzes.
Right.
You know, just all around hustle to the ball.
Right.
You know, things like that. But Jay, my question for you, Jay, is what do you do 30 minutes before the game? What's going through your mind 30 minutes before the game?
I mean, for me as a middle linebacker, I'm making sure that I got the calls right, the checks right. I'm focusing mentally on the game, what I need to do, what we need to do. And then just, everything is a buildup. You got to slowly but surely build that rage up to what I got to go out there and have controlled chaos. And for us, we're in a different position than these guys. So our view on the game is totally different. I had 1,000% confidence in you. Hopefully you had it the same. I had it in, whether it was Jamel or whoever, and we knew we put in the work.
Yeah.
Right? We held each other accountable.
Yeah.
We had fun. We love football. I didn't have to step out on the field and wonder whether we're going to be ready to play or we're going to, so these guys have to go out there and make their own way, which I think is also a tremendous opportunity because they get to play the whole game.
Yeah.
We playing against teams, we roll up there knowing we can get hyped before the game. We know 12 plays in, we done.
Yeah. After halftime,
we done. So, I think with these guys, they have a tremendous opportunity. I'm real interested to see how they're going to take it. But I think 30 minutes before the game, you locked and loaded, man. I mean, everybody's going to come out hyped. Now we just got to let it go.
Yeah.
Just go out there and play football, man. You got to go back to when you first started playing football and go out there, have fun. My grandma used to always call me after games, like, y'all be out there roughhousing. You got to go out there and roughhouse, tear some stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
Mistakes are going to be made, but I'm going to be there right there for you. I mean, how many times did I might have missed a tackle, you clean up, or you might have missed a tackle or clean up, or I got to say, Farley, watch this, you make a play. You got to go out there and play because the object really is to win the game.
Yeah, that's
by any means necessary. They take that mindset, they'll be just fine. Now back to you, Nick. I want to ask you this. As a young fan fresh out of college, obviously just graduated, not being, accustomed to what we've done,
Yeah.
right? Or what we did. What is your process of evaluating this football program moving forward? Because it can't be just this game only.
Yeah.
What do you think? Tell me what your feeling is, because you're close to it, right?
Yeah.
You were on campus, obviously being a student. You're a fan. You're in the media business, so you get it from both sides. What's your feeling? Because you see things from like 3 different angles, so your view is a lot more unique than the average person listening right now.
I would say it's turned into more of a media than now fan even now,
right.
Which is kind of crazy because I didn't think I'd ever say that. But I think one thing, and we talked about it earlier, I think, Jay, is you got to come out and just look competent, look like you actually expected, and like towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter, look like you expected to be there, right? Because I think that's something that's been lacking, the competitive spirit. And just acting like you're supposed to be, you deserve to be there. Because it seemed like at times the discipline, the lack thereof discipline, I should say, just the decision making. It looked like that little video guy where it's like moments too big, piss down your leg.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it looked like.
Over and over
again. So knowing what we know with Matt Rule and the mentality that he's trying to get this team to adapt to, of just basically take charge of everything, take control of the moment, control what you can control, go out there, look competent, because guess what? That's in game 1 of a season. That's one step ahead of where the previous staff was.
Now back to you, Farley. We know that we're going to watch the linebackers differently because we knew what all the group work, the footwork, the winter conditioning, the summer conditioning, where we worked on the details of footwork, play entry, playing together, knowing the defense in and out. What are the 2 or 3 things that you're going to watch either Luke Reimer or Bullock do that's going to give you confidence moving forward that they're trained the right way? Because I feel like, and also I want to ask you a second part, I feel like linebackers, when you're working together, we can make the D-line look a lot better. We can clean up a lot of their, because they got a hard job. But if we are doing it together, we can make up for some of the losses that if they are having a hard day at the office.
Well, I'm looking for Luke Reimer to be that captain, to be that guy in the huddle who gets his guys out the huddle, who controls the flow of the defense. Like the middle linebacker is supposed to control everybody out there, not just telling players what to do, but line them up, get them lined up right. Call the audible if he has to, right. Luke Reimer's a great player. Wish he was a little bigger and stuff, but he's a great player. He makes great tackles. He's got to lead these guys tonight. He's got to be the first one to the ball. He got to be the last one to get off the ground and dust himself off, because that's the type of football player you want out there. You want him to be hard nosed. I mean, this linebacker crew, we don't know what we're going to see tonight.
Right, that's exactly right.
Yeah. Especially with Henrich out, and now
you got
Jamari Butler out, and Bullock never played
before. They never played linebacker before. Chief
Borders never played before. I mean, probably special teams at Florida. So I'm very to see how these guys' movement is going to be. Their side to side, their first step. Because that first step is crucial in these games like this. So if you take the wrong first step, it's going to throw them off completely. So I'm looking at little things like that.
Right. Yeah, I think that's crucial, man. That's a good point, man. Is that footwork, that first step, where you kind of just breathe and just let it come naturally. And you got 2 guys that Terrell just talked about that hadn't played at all. Whether it was Chief Borders in Florida hadn't played at all, really since high school. Yeah. Where Bullock never had played linebacker, period. Right, so now here you are. You're getting up against PJ Fleck and them. Can you go back to your fundamentals? And can Luke Reimer settle them down? Dvorak settle them down? Heinrich, I'm assuming, is on the trip. Can he be the second coach on the field and get through the first 2 or 3 series without giving up a big play or crucial mistake, so the confidence remains high? And then when you catch your second win, go out there and make plays.
I mean, same can be said on the offensive side of the ball for a couple of offensive guys. Other Bullock, Alex Bullock, wide receiver, right? We're looking for who's going to be that wide receiver too. A lot of people think maybe Marcus Washington. A lot of people may think that it's newly placed on scholarship wide receiver Alex Bullock. We know Billy Kemp's going to be active and involved. Who's going to be number 2? Nebraska has struggled in years past finding a number 2 wide receiver consistently. Sometimes it's been Xavier Betts. It was Isaiah Garcia Castaneda until he left. They got to find a second guy that the defense needs to prepare for, or I should say the opponent has to prepare for other than Billy County.
You know what it comes down to before we get up out of here? Nebraska, I think, when I think about it, man, they always seemed like they were happy to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, like a few years ago, we had game day here. Happy to be there, right?
That's what I'm getting at about
all the social media stuff. Happy to be there.
Act like you expected to be in the game.
All the jerseys and stuff. Happy to be there. Okay. Why not make your own way? Why not take something from somebody? You got to have that kind of Neanderthal type of mindset. Like, we here to ball.
Yeah.
Like I talk about Farley, we went down to Texas Tech. We're going to shake a leg on them dudes. Yeah. Right? You guys ain't seen nothing like this. If you out there and if you have trained the way that they said they have, you're going to step on that field with 1,000% confidence. Because when Farley got out there, he had been through it before. So getting out there and doing it was just second nature.
Well, and what you said interesting is you've been training for this before, and what you've been telling us, if it's all accurate, there should be zero worry about it not working or you not showing out, right? Because now this is when we find out whether it was 100% fact or 100% fiction. Because if they were faking it and if they weren't doing it, guess what? It's going to be the same stuff as 5 years.
Yeah,
the last 5 years.
You're a champion or a chump. I think these guys are mentally in a better place.
Yeah.
Now it's going to, here in about 15 minutes, we're going to see if they're going to come to fruition. So I'm excited for them to go play. I'm excited to watch it. Finally, football is back. So we're going to see. I mean, look, it ain't the whole book tonight, but it's a big chapter in that book. You know what I mean? Your first impression, you don't want to have the same stupid penalties. Guys was jumping off sides before the quarterback even get into his cadence. Like I want to see the discipline. I don't want to see you beating yourself and being embarrassing in Nebraska in the end and all the people in the state of Nebraska. So I'm excited to see it, man. Do we need to go to break? So
we're about to get out of here.
Coming on it.
We're about to get out of here from WarHorse Casino. We're gonna send it back.
Your boy Jay Gray. Hey, I gotta get it in.
We're about to send it back to the studio. Carter and Adam Carricker will send it home. But that'll do it for us from WarHorse Casino. Appreciate everybody out here at WarHorse for having us out. It's been a great trip. They're setting up the buffet, and man, it smells way too good not to enjoy. So we're going to take care of that. This segment sponsored by Fear's Cheese Spread. No tailgate is complete without Fear's Cheese Spread, based out of Sutton, Nebraska. Find yours today at most local grocery stores. This has been the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. We have one more segment left. We are sending it back from WarHorse Casino, Nebraska, Minnesota, 15 minutes away. And we'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com. Visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want, because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day, because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel Fitzacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, and they've scouted out the best Kawasaki side-by-side deals for you. Score up to $2,500 off the 2023 Kawasaki Teryx and up to $1,000 off Mule Pro FX and FXCs. Whether you want to handle the toughest task in a trusted, tried and true mule, or looking to dominate adventure in a Teryx, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down. Offer valid through 9/30/2023, subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchases of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
This is your high school minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. Here are your Week 1 football results. In Class A, it was a rough week for the city schools. Lincoln Northeast fell to Bellevue East 48-12. Lincoln Southeast lost to Elkhorn South 35-7. Lincoln East lost to Kearney 41-28. Lincoln North Star would dominate in their game against Omaha Benson, holding them to 0 points with a final score of 93-0. Lincoln Southwest would win in their intercity clash against Lincoln High 35-0. Switching over to volleyball, here are your scores from Saturday, August 26th. Gretna defeated Lincoln Northeast in 2 sets. Lincoln Lutheran defeated Grand Island. Lincoln Northeast won over Bellevue East in 2 sets. Lincoln Northwest would defeat North Platte. And Parkview Christian would fall to Louisville in 2 sets. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Sunbelt Rental.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into 93.7 The Ticket. I am Carter Longy, and we also have the Husker Hall of Famer Adam Carrick on the phone here with me as well, and we're going to take you through this last segment as we get ready for kickoff between the Minnesota Golden Gophers and, of course, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. This last segment and most of this pregame show has been sponsored by WarHorse Casino. No bets, no glory. Get off the bench and into the game when you place your best at WarHorse Sportsbook. Adam, are you still with me here on the phone? Might have lost him. Looks like we might have lost Adam Character there on the hotline. So I guess we'll just have to roll with me here for these last couple minutes. Unfortunately, he got the call dropped there. But we can still go through some things and get you ready to go here for this kickoff between Minnesota and Nebraska. A little bit different team here for both these teams. Obviously, Nebraska in their first game with Matt Rule and the first game of the Matt Rule era, which hopefully lasts much longer and much more successful than some of our previous head coaching tenures. It's been a lot of pain and suffering for these Husker fans, including myself. But hopefully this is finally got to turn it around. I know it's been tough with the last few head coaches, and it's kind of been the same thing over and over again. And especially with this most recent in the Frost tenure, we thought, that was finally the answer, and it was all going to get ready to go and figure things out. But that didn't quite really work. But it's all over now. We're into a new season, and it's into a new era. As for Minnesota, though, they're also looking a little bit different than they did last year as well. Obviously, PJ Fleck is still there. He's been a very dominant force, I guess, if you want to call him that, as a coach for Minnesota. I'm personally, as most Nebraska fans are, not a big fan of him, but you can't really lie. The guy can coach pretty well, and he's built a pretty solid program there in Minnesota. He's 5-1 against Nebraska, including winning 4 straight here against the Huskers. So let's hope that Nebraska can turn that around tonight. Minnesota also looking a little bit different personnel-wise. Tanner Morgan, who seems like he played there for 100 years, is now gone. He's finally graduated. Their new quarterback is Ethan Kaliakmanis, I believe is how you say it. I think he's a redshirt sophomore, so he'll be taking over the helm for Minnesota. They also lose their star running back from the past few years, Mo Ibrahim. He is gone as well, and now they have a transfer from Western Michigan, Sean Taylor, who had quite a successful career there, and he's going to look to continue things on there for Minnesota and hopefully give them a good chance to continue to compete with a good running game, because that's kind of what their team has been based off of the last few years. It's just been a lot of Morgan dinking and dunking and just being accurate, nothing real special, and a lot of just Mo Ibrahim running right down teams' throats. He's probably arguably the best running back in Minnesota history. Now taking a look at the other side for Nebraska in terms of their changing personnel. Obviously, Casey Thompson has transferred out. He's over at FAU now. So Jeff Sims, we've known for a while now, he is the starting quarterback. He's going to be running Marcus Satterfield's new offensive coordinator spread offense. So a couple question marks there. Jeff Sims coming from Georgia Tech. They were pretty run heavy back when he played in Georgia Tech for the past few years. So he's going to have to air it out a little bit more now, I think. Satterfield's offense is going to be a lot more quick reads, getting the ball out of his hands, and letting his playmakers do the work. But with that comes a little bit of question marks at the wide receiver position. I think we know that a good option is going to be Billy Kemp at wide receiver. But then there's a couple other names out there that we got to keep an eye out for. Alex Bullock, Isaiah Garcia Castaneda, better known as IGC, and then, of course, Marcus Washington back as well. So we'll see. One of those guys are going to need to step up and kind of be a playmaker. They talked about it a lot here on the pregame show today. On just about every segment we've heard all of our personalities here from the ticket kind of hit that subject, because it is going to be important. We kind of know that Jeff Sims is pretty solid. We haven't seen him air it out a ton, but we'll see it now probably starting tonight and going forward in the season. So hopefully he's accurate and can take care of things. But for a spread offense to work and a fast-paced throwing offense to work, you got to have good playmakers at the wide receiver spot. So let's see if some of those guys can step up a little bit. Also, Gabe Irving obviously now has been named the starting running back. We've known that for a little bit while as well. We'll see how he does. He's looked huge. I'm sure everybody's seen the picture of him in the weight room. He looks like a giant, and let's hope that can translate to on the field groundwork for Gabe Irving. Obviously, Anthony Grant probably a little bit upset that he didn't get the starting back role, but he had some ball security issues in camp, so obviously that's not going to work out there on the field. But he will still be in the stable, waiting to get out there and carry the ball for Nebraska as well. And obviously he had some very good games for Nebraska last year and really put the team on his back at times. So we'll see if he can continue to do that once he does get out on the field. Still rooting for him. Obviously, Ramir Johnson as well, also in that running back stable, will be out there for some passing down work. So the running back, I think, is probably one of the more solid groups on offense, probably the most sure thing. And we'll hope that they can perform tonight as well for Nebraska. Now looking to the defensive side of the ball, it's going to be interesting. The linebacker spot in particular is going to be huge thing to look out for. Nick Henrich, very unfortunately, is out tonight. So that's going to mean that Luke Reimer is going to have to really step up. Jamari Butler also not playing. So look for guys like John Bullock, Chief Borders. It's one of those two guys probably going to step up. Not really sure who they're going to throw out there at linebacker, but somebody's going to have to step up and go out there, fill gaps, make tackles, and just kind of figure it out. John Bullock, as you may have heard in the last segment, never played linebacker before, but he has switched over. So we'll see if he can figure it out on the fly if he does end up playing quite a bit tonight, which I think there's probably a chance he does. Obviously, the big storyline as well has been Tony White's 3-3-5 defense that he's bringing over from Syracuse. how's it going to perform in the Big Ten? Minnesota's a great, very true Big Ten West team to try it out on and kind of see how it all works. They're going to be probably pretty run heavy, and they know how to do it. They usually have a pretty solid offensive line. So, that's going to be something to keep an eye out on as well. Can that 3-3-5 stop the run defense as well? Ed Foley and his special teams units, that's going to be important. Special teams, unfortunately, always seems to haunt Nebraska, so let's hope that it does not haunt them again. That's going to be strong. Tristan Alvano, the true freshman, is going to be kicking tonight for Nebraska. Let's hope he has a solid performance and, can knock down those extra points, knock in those field goals when they're in range. It's all very important stuff that Nebraska just hasn't been able to really do in the past. And again, one more time before we kind of get out of here, Matt Rule, first game of the 10-year, first game of the season. A lot of firsts tonight for Nebraska, and it's a fresh start. So let's hope that they can, really continue building this culture and get a good starting point for the rest of the season. Another big point that a lot of people have made tonight: don't beat yourself. I think if they don't beat themselves, that's a good place to start. Obviously, if they get outplayed by Minnesota, that could happen. Minnesota is usually a good team year to year. They've won 9 games, I believe, back-to-back seasons. So they're a strong team. They're going to come out and give Nebraska their best shot. If Nebraska plays well, though, and doesn't shoot themselves in the foot and they just get outplayed, it happens, which I think there's probably a chance that does happen. I think that Nebraska does cover the spread. Spread's currently sitting at 7.5 points. Over under 43. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes under. My final score prediction is going to be somewhere in that probably 21-17 range. And unfortunately, I'm not going to pick Nebraska to win this opening game of the season. But don't get me wrong. If Nebraska loses this opening game and it doesn't look too ugly, it doesn't really, bode poorly for the rest of the season. Don't let this get you one down too much, Husker fans, if it doesn't go well. And if it does go well, celebrate while you can. But remember, we got lots of other games coming up this season, and it should just be a fun year all around for Nebraska. But that's going to do it here for the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. We've got Minnesota and Nebraska kicking off in just a few minutes here on Fox. So get over there, get to a TV, wrangle up your friends, and get ready to go for some Nebraska football. I'm Carter Alonji, and we will see you later for the postgame show.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide.
Yep.
And